now, from the makers of cold water Omo...
The ugly old kitchen clock looked down on the scullery of the house. The room had seen better days. Days when it had been filled with sounds of servants' chatter, the clatter of cooking utensils and trays piled with crockery, the smells of good food, and the heat of the coal stoves and steam boilers. Now it was different. Electrical appliances had replaced the old-fashioned methods, but the room was still dominated by a large, scrubbed wooden table. A shadow fell across it. The shadow of a man. He held a candlestick in one hand, and by the flickering light he gazed at the glossy cover of a magazine. He placed the candle on the table and opened the magazine.
Yes, it's here somewhere.
The man stopped at an article in the magazine and read,
Better Bridge with Applied Mathematics by Mrs. Emma Peel.
There, sure enough, was a photograph of Mrs. Peel. A very lush, full-page colour reproduction. It was an attractive pose, and from the dimpled smile and twinkling eyes, it was clear that Mrs. Peel knew quite a lot more about life than how to play bridge. The man's hands lingered over the page, stroking the glossy surface of Mrs. Peel's face. Then he ripped the page from the magazine and with a pair of kitchen scissors began to cut the picture into small pieces. When the page lay in fragments on the table, the large, hairy hands reached out and began to reassemble the picture. He chuckled as he worked. Twisting the features, rearranging them, an eye appeared in the center of the forehead, an ear sat on one cheek, and a hank of hair grew from the pink lips. It became a monstrous, sinister, obscene jigsaw. The owner of the hairy hands clenched them until the gnarled knuckles turned white. His laughter grew wilder. He seized a kitchen knife and hacked at the pieces in a frenzy of madness. Someone doesn't like you, Mrs. Peel.
The Avengers.
John Steed and Emma Peel, The Avengers.
On a rather misty morning, Emma Peel drove carefully across London to John Steed's Mews apartment. She was dressed in a warm, dark red trouser suit with a gay scarf at the neck. She looked very like the recent photographs of herself that appeared in the glossy magazines. She was in a carefree mood and hummed quite cheerfully as she parked the car outside Steed's home. A few moments later, John Steed, who was upstairs, heard the front doorbell ring.
Coming!
Steed made his way downstairs quite quickly. Too quickly, perhaps. Halfway down the stairs, Steed tripped, lost his balance and fell heavily, dragging a few ornaments with him. He landed painfully on one ankle. It promptly gave way. Mrs. Peel, hearing the crash, tried the door. It opened.
Steve? Steve, what's happened?
Mrs. Peel, you are needed.
What on earth have you done?
Came downstairs to answer the door. Forgot it wasn't locked. I fell. Hurt my ankle.
Well, let's have a look. Ooh, nasty.
Yeah, painful, too.
Come on, let's get you up into a chair.
Bath?
Well, you look clean enough. Oh, I see what you mean. Well, I don't know about a wheelchair, but you must certainly keep off that leg for a while. There. Better?
Thanks.
Lucky you didn't break it. As it is, your tango may be irreparably damaged.
Tango? I'm not as old hat as all that. I'm getting with it.
Well, it's obvious that you got as far as the twist. This ankle's very badly sprained. What do we do about it? Get a doctor?
No, get a drink. Over there, three fingers of scotch.
Right.
What brought you here this misty morning?
Well, I was going to ask you to drive me down to Exmoor. Here, that should kill the pain a bit.
Thanks. Cheers.
Cheers. I suppose I shall have to take myself down there now.
Exmoor? Who the devil is an Exmoor?
Sir Cavalier Rausikana.
He sounds like an opera.
He's probably the greatest bridge player in Europe. He read my article that appeared in a magazine lately. Anyway, he wants to meet me.
Oh?
He's invited me down to his house for the weekend.
Oh.
Sir Cavalier is 75.
Yeah. Just the same, be careful. You know what a rejuvenating effect you have on people. I mean, look at me. I feel better already. Hardly any pain in the leg at all. Well, almost not.
It's quite a privilege to meet Sir Cavalier. He hardly ever sees anyone.
Well, he could have a very small fan mail. Well, if you're dead set on this jaunt, I suppose you better get going. Oh, don't let me delay you.
Sure you'll be all right?
Quite sure. Now, you run along and enjoy yourself. I only wish I was coming with you, but... Oh, well, it was not to be, thanks to those blasted stairs. Bye, Mrs. Peel.
Goodbye, Steve.
Mrs. Peel left. A short while later, she was driving through the cold English countryside, her scarf catching the breeze, a smile on her face. Could it be that she rather liked going without John Steed? Careful, Mrs. Peel, you may regret this newfound freedom. As for Steed, back in his apartment, he hobbled painfully across the room to the cigar humidor. He selected one, poured himself another brandy, lit the cigar, and was about to enjoy both when the doorbell rang again. Steed limped across the room, down the small passage, and opened the door.
George Fancy.
Hello, Steve.
Oh, come in. Nice to see you. Go ahead. I'll have to hobble up from behind.
Oh, what happened? You run into counter-espionage, tangled with the minions of a mastermind?
Oh, something far more sinister. I fell down the stairs.
My word, you weren't...
Certainly not. But speaking of a drink, would you like one?
Well, thanks. Yes, just one.
You wouldn't like to help yourself, would you? Just poured myself one.
Yes, of course. I hope it's not inconvenient calling like this.
Oh, it's a pleasure. As you see, I'm confined to barracks at the moment.
Yes. Well, actually, I only called to warn you. Cheers.
Cheers. Warn me of what?
Remember Max Prendergast?
Remember? It'd be impossible to forget him.
He's out.
Out? Of prison?
Broke jail 2 days ago.
2 days ago?
The French authorities didn't think to tell us until they realized he's heading this way. Steed, we're pretty sure he's here in London.
Max Prendergast.
You know the kind of man he is, that mad, warped sense of humor?
Oh, yes, I know. Of all people, I know.
Steed, will you tell Mrs. Peel?
Mrs. Peel?
Well, she was more involved with Prendergast than anyone. She ought to be warned, don't you think?
Yes. Yes, I do. I'll tell her on Monday. She'll be tucked away quite safely in the country for the next couple of days. I'll tell her on Monday. No point in spoiling her weekend. Max Prendergast, eh? I don't like the idea of him on the loose. Not one little bit.
Mrs. Peel had had quite a tiring drive. Her good spirits had begun to wilt as the mist turned into fog. She lost her way a couple of times down the country lanes and was quite relieved when at last she found a sign pointing off the road which read Rausikana Hall. She turned up the drive and minutes later parked the car. The house looked impressive, from what she could see of it. She ran up the steps, carrying her weekend case, and rang the doorbell. While she waited, she glanced around, peering out into the fog. She was quite unaware that in the laurel bushes, not more than a few yards away, a man was peering back at her. 2 large, hairy hands parted the branches, and then the door opened.
Good afternoon. I'm Emma Peel.
Hello.
Sir Cavalier is expecting me.
Yes, he told me. Do come in. That's if you want to.
Well, that was the idea of coming down here. And with this fog...
I love fog. They're cozy. This way.
The interior of the house was dim and shadowy. Heavy antique furniture filled the hall and the main rooms. The strange young lady led Mrs. Peel into a slightly more cheerful-looking drawing room and closed the door.
My name's Ula. Ula Monty Chamberlain. Isn't it a shriek? Monty was a pirate. I was lying on the bed when you rang the bell.
Oh, sorry. I'm a bit late, I'm afraid. Got lost a couple of times.
Oh, I'm not surprised. This place is the end of the world, isn't it? I'm not surprised you got lost. I like your coat.
Oh, thank you.
I was reading an Italian book. I don't understand Italian, but I love reading it aloud. The words sound so nice. They roll off the tongue. Do you play bridge?
Yes.
I hate bridge. You're not a dentist, are you?
No, why?
Well, I have 2 fillings that need seeing to.
Oh, I'm sorry I can't be of any help to you, Miss Chamberlain. Don't you think you should tell Sir Cavalier that I'm here?
Oh, my goodness, didn't I mention it? He isn't here. He was called away this morning, a meeting in town. The IBPC, the,
International Bridge Players Convention.
Yes.
I see. When will he be back?
Sometime tonight, I think. Oh, he apologized. Would you like to see your room now? I hope you like the old homestead.
Oh, it's very impressive.
Oh, you are being kind. It's sinister and old and filled with dead things. Yes, the dead could live here very easily. An ideal place for a murder, I always think. I'm sure you'll agree before you've been here for long. This way.
Mrs. Peel had been invited down to Sir Cavalier Rausikana's country home near Exmoor for the weekend. Sir Cavalier was a bridge champion, and he'd wanted to discuss Mrs. Peel's latest article on bridge and mathematics. Mrs. Peel had intended persuading John Steed to accompany her, but Steed had fallen downstairs and severely sprained an ankle. Mrs. Peel went alone, and was more than surprised to find Sir Cavalier not at home, and the old rambling house occupied by his ward, Miss Monsey Chamberlain. In the short while she'd been there, Mrs. Peel had already made up her mind that the stay would be a very unusual one. It had certainly got off to a kinky start.
Do you think I'm kinky?
Oh, I beg your pardon.
Oh, it doesn't matter. You'll get used to me. This way.
Ola led the way up the wide oak stairs, along a landing flanked with suits of armor and tall furniture, and there at the end of the landing was, incongruously, a large swivel door. On the door was painted a life-size playing card. It was a joker.
What an extraordinary door.
Oh, yes. It doesn't open. Not like an ordinary door. It revolves. Look.
The door spun round. When it stopped, Emma found herself looking at the illustration on the other side of the door. It was the ace of spades, the death card.
Extraordinary. Where's my room?
Oh, through here.
I must say the house is magnificent. About 1620, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know. I don't really know much about these things at all, except that I think this house is dreamy, especially at night. Are you afraid of the dark?
Not especially.
I love the dark. Owl time. Full of creaks and crawls and chill spines. Ooh, one can imagine all sorts of tingles, all sorts of things. This is your room.
Mrs. Peel entered a most gracious room, beautifully furnished with oaken chests, high-backed easy chairs, and dominated by a large, draped, four-poster bed. Mrs. Peel was delighted with it.
But this is charming. Utterly charming.
Yes, it is nice, isn't it? Especially the bed. One can imagine some pale maiden with golden tresses just lying on it, wasting away for her night to come.
Night with a capital K, I presume.
Oh, one never knows one's luck. Of course, it's a bit difficult with a name like I've got. Ula Monsey Chamberlain. Monsey hyphen Chamberlain.
So you said.
You know what the hyphen is, don't you?
The bar sinister?
Oh, well, at least that's what it was supposed to mean in the olden days. Monsey hyphen Chamberlain. Did I tell you about Monsey?
Yes, you said he was a pirate.
Yes, that's right. We've had 'em all in our family. Pirates, judges, soldiers, nuns.
And you?
I'm an actress.
Oh. What have you done recently?
Well, I've only just become an actress. I'd rather be a nun, really. Oh, just imagine making Benedictus and lovely liqueurs.
I think you've got that a little muddled. And the monks make it, not the nuns.
Oh.
But perhaps you could be smuggled into the monastery?
Oh, what fun, all those dirty habits. We've never had a smuggler in the family. Monsie was a pirate, but it's not really the same thing, is it?
While Mrs. Peel was unpacking her bag, Ulla moved over to the casement window and drew aside the lace curtain. She stared down into the fog. There, in the shrubbery, stood a large man, gazing up at the lighted window.
We've never had a smuggler, or a surgeon, or a dentist. Have I shown you my tree?
Frequently.
We've never had a politician either.
Well, that could be a blessing in disguise.
Or a murderer. Yet.
Ulla, where are the rest of the staff?
Staff?
Well, surely you don't run this place on your own.
Only at the moment, for a little while. Nobody stays for long, you see. It's the end of the world here. So nobody stays for long. Except Mrs. Darbright, the housekeeper. She's away at the moment in Scotland visiting her sister. We're between housemaids. The old one left yesterday. The new one arrives Monday.
I see. And you don't mind being here on your own?
I'm not on my own now. There's you, isn't there? Yes. There's you. Well, I better start preparing dinner. It's funny you're not being afraid of the dark.
Mrs. Peel stared at the closed door, shrugged her elegant shoulders, and moved to the window to straighten the lace curtains. She looked out into the fog and down into the grounds. All was still, silent. The fog swirled between the branches of the trees, seeping into the bushes. There was no sign of the man. Down in the kitchen, Ulla moved to the refrigerator and took out a large, fat fish. She took it into the scullery and laid it on the huge, scrubbed wooden table. She glanced up at the clock. It ticked its message back at her. She smiled and moved to a rack of shining knives, selected one, tested its edge, and with a gesture that was more one of cruelty than any culinary act, plunged the blade into the fish's belly and prepared supper. Upstairs, Mrs. Peel finished dressing. She'd changed into a trouser evening suit and put the finishing touches to her hair. She glanced round the room before leaving it and noticed for the first time a large oak chest in almost the shape of a coffin. Intrigued, she walked over to it and lifted the lid. She stared at the contents. It was filled with old gramophone records, all old 78s. Just at that moment, quite close at hand, the dinner gong rang out. Ulla stood in the open doorway.
Dinner's served. Dinner's always served at 8 in this house. It's the only thing Uncle Cavalier's really strict about. Ready?
I'm quite ready. But shouldn't we wait for him?
Oh, no, he's going to be late. He insisted that you go ahead without him.
Oh.
Anyway, it's ready. Come along.
Ulla led the way along the passage and through the revolving door. The joker leered down at her. She looked back, and the ace of spades now guarded the way to the bedroom. As they walked downstairs to the dining room, Mrs. Peel said,
How do you know your guardian's going to be late?
What's that? Oh, do be careful of that bit of stair carpet. We don't want you falling down and breaking an ankle, do we?
No.
It can happen, you know, even to the most careful person.
Yes, I know.
Are you a careful person?
Reasonably. You haven't answered my question.
Did you ask one?
How did you know Sir Cavalier is going to be late?
Oh, he phoned me.
As they moved from the stairs across the hall, Mrs. Peel noticed the telephone standing on a table. She was darned sure if it had rung while she was dressing, she would have heard it. She entered the dining room. Quite the loveliest room in the house. The table was long, with magnificent candelabra at both ends. Placemats lined either side of the table. They all depicted playing cards. At either end of the table, 2 places were set. The table mats were both jokers. Ulla indicated one.
If you'll sit here.
Thank you. That's strange, playing cards on the table mats.
Oh, they're very friendly. The eyes seem to stare at one alive. When I eat here alone, I play great scenes to them. Scenes full of desperate tragedy. I want to make the eyes weep. It's fish. Oh, the wine's red. Oh, dear, it's all I could find. The wine in the cellar is locked up, you see.
Well, doesn't your uncle trust you?
No, it's not that. He always locks it up when he goes away for any length of... Oh, I just adore red wine, don't you? But it is fish.
Oh, I don't mind. My palate's quite adaptable.
Oh, that's all right, then. There's the bell if you want anything. Just ring and I'll come to you.
Aren't you joining me?
Oh, I'm on dart. Slimming. It's important for an actress to keep her figure. That place at the other end is for Uncle Cavalier when he gets back. Here's the fish. Oh, excuse me.
Mrs. Peel sipped her wine and tasted the fish. Both were excellent. The telephone stopped. Mrs. Peel strained her ears to catch Ulla's side of the conversation. She heard nothing. A few minutes later, Ulla appeared in the dining room. She was dressed in warm, outdoor clothes.
A friend of mine in the village has been taken ill. She wants me to go over straight away.
Oh, then you must go, of course.
Oh, dear, I don't want to leave you here alone. I mean, I feel a bit bad about it.
I'll be perfectly all right.
It's 5 miles, the village. Even if I cut across the field, I mean, it's a long way.
Well, take my car. Here, the keys are in my handbag. There, I'll explain to your uncle what's happened.
You won't like it here alone. At night.
I'm not the nervous type. I'll probably curl up with a book.
Yeah, right you are.
Ulla took the keys Mrs. Peel offered, and turning up the collar of her large tweed coat, made for the door.
I'll see you later, then. Oh, there was something else. You're all alone in this big house. Make sure you lock the door.
A short while later, the front door slammed. Mrs. Peel continued with her meal. Upstairs, the revolving door, seemingly unaided, slowly swung round. The Joker was replaced by the death card. Watch it, Mrs. Peel. Mrs. Peel didn't know whether to be annoyed or amused at the circumstances in which she found herself. They were unusual, to say the least of it. When a young, attractive woman is invited down to a country house for the weekend, she doesn't expect to dine alone on the very first evening. Yet that was the state of affairs in Sir Cavalier Rausikana's home. For her host had gone to attend a bridge conference, and his ward, Ulla, had just left. Mrs. Peel, unaware of any hidden danger, finished her dinner, poured herself a liqueur brandy in a balloon glass, selected a miniature cigar from a box on the drinks table, and moved off to inspect the rooms on the ground floor.
I'm the only person here. I could be holding a house party for 50 in this place. One thing is certain, Sir Cavalier has a lot of money. I wonder how he made it all.
Mrs. Peel was in the study when the tinkle of a bell sounded from another part of the house. It wasn't a doorbell. It seemed to come from the direction of the servants' quarters. Mrs. Peel made her way towards it, pushing open the green baize door that led to the kitchen. The room was silent when she entered. Above the door to the scullery was a large wooden box that contained bells numbering individual rooms. The spring of the bell marking bedroom number 3 continued to tremble gently. Had someone upstairs been trying to call a servant? Mrs. Peel frowned, and shaking her head, dismissed the idea. She walked through into the scullery. The loud ticking of the clock made her look across the room. Her attention was caught by something on the scrubbed wooden table. It was a knife, stuck upright into the surface. There was blood smeared all over the blade.
I said Ulla was kinky. This proves it. She guts the fish, prepares it and cooks it, cleans away all the mess, but leaves this. I must have been crazy to lend her my car.
You're right there, Mrs. Peel. At that moment, Ulla, at the wheel of the car, was giggling rather hysterically. Ulla was making no real attempt to leave the driveway. She could hardly see in the thick fog. Eventually, she parked the car, got out, and started to walk back in the direction of the house, still giggling. Kinky. Meanwhile, back in London, poor old Steed was limping about his flat, feeling rather sorry for himself. He made coffee in his kitchen and was carrying it through when the sugar basin containing the lump sugar fell from the tray.
Oh, what the devil with it?
The sugar basin fell near the stairs. The lumps of sugar scattered over the bottom steps. As Steed bent down to retrieve them, a glint of metal caught his eye.
What the devil is this? Small metal box? How did that get there? Fixed into the side of the stairs.
Steed pulled the device free from its place of concealment and examined it. He touched the spring at the side, and a length of fine tripwire shot out.
Booby trap. Stretched across the stairs, it's guaranteed to trip up anyone coming down. The moment the wire's touched, it withdraws immediately. So that's how I nearly broke an ankle.
Steed hobbled across to the telephone and made a call. George Fancy answered quite promptly.
George Fancy speaking.
George, Steed here.
Ah, Steed. How's the ankle?
Much the same, thanks. George, it's not April the 1st, is it?
What's that?
It's not All Fool's Day.
Well, of course it isn't.
Yes, I thought not.
Steed, are you delirious or something?
My fall down the stairs. It wasn't an accident. Someone fixed a tripwire on the steps. Somebody playing a joke on me.
Now, look here, Steed. You don't mean it, surely?
I most certainly do. Strange you should call that little warning about Max Prendergast being in London, isn't it?
Steed, you don't think... What about Mrs. Peel?
Yeah, that's the reason for this call. Look, I want the address and all the information you can muster on Sir Cavalier Rausikana. Sir Cavalier Rausikana. He's a bridge champion, lives on Exmoor somewhere. Now, get everything you can on him immediately and phone me back, will you?
Yes, of course. But Mrs. Peel...
Is visiting him. Now, I must get down to her before some joker gets hold of her, too. You understand?
Mrs. Peel decided to retire to her room and read. She found a suitably relaxing book in the library and made her way up the stairs. She passed through the revolving door, swinging the ace of spades after her. In her room, she noticed that the curtains on the four-poster bed had been closed. She switched on her portable radio.
A further drop in subsidies to counteract the recent potato glut. That concludes the news headlines, and now here is a summary of the weather.
Oh, dear.
Widespread fog is reported tonight in the outlying districts of west and southwest England. This is particularly dense in and around Exmoor, where the visibility is down to nil.
Oh, best placed bed. Oh.
Mrs. Peel moved over and opened the lid of the coffin-shaped chest.
Now, what are all these old 78s? What's this one? Mademoiselle. And this? Same. They're all the same. How very, very odd.
Mrs. Peel moved to the bed and drew aside the heavy curtains.
Oh, a large teddy bear. Ola upped her tricks again. Oh, that's really a hot water bottle. Well, that could come in handy.
Mrs. Peel broke off in the middle of her thoughts when she heard a strange creaking noise from somewhere in the house. She moved to the bedroom door and opened it. The noise was louder. It sounded like a rocking chair moving, coming from a room at the far end of the corridor. Mrs. Peel walked stealthily towards the far door and threw it open quite suddenly, feeling for the light switch.
Nothing. But the rocking chair, it's still moving.
The furniture appeared to be covered in dust sheets. Mrs. Peel was about to uncover them when the front doorbell rang. Without switching off the light, she ran from the room, along the corridor, through the playing card door, and down the stairs. The bell rang again, more impatiently this time. The fog swirled in through the open doorway. Out of it loomed the shape of a man, a young man. He looked a very odd young man.
Yes? Yes, what is it? What do you want?
Don't you recognize me?
No. Should I?
No.
I'm traveling incognito. It's foggy and damp, and standing there in a doorway, you'll get cold.
Look, would you mind telling me who you are and what you want?
I could be the Baron von Dufy, looking for a new stately home. I might buy this place. Cash. The entire grounds, fabric and all.
It's not for sale.
You doubt me. But it could be true, couldn't it? You don't know for a fact that I'm not the Baron von Dufy?
I neither know nor care. Do you know what time it is?
Sorry. It's the jalopy, my car. Over there down the drive, run out of petrol.
Well, why didn't you say so in the first place? I can't see a car.
You wouldn't in this fog, would you? But it's there. It's your phone I'm after. Big property deal. I want to buy land here, you see. I also want a gallon of petrol. Or I have to walk home. My feet would get sore. Do you have a phone?
Yes, there's a phone. Come in.
You all alone in this great big house?
The phone is there on the table.
Thanks.
Don't mention it.
Why are you staring at me like that? I don't like being stared at. We, Baron von Dufys, are human, you know.
The strange young man walked over to the telephone. Emma studied him. He was tall, with long, lank hair, an inscrutable face, and a nasty habit of clicking the fingers of his right hand together for no reason. The left hand was covered with a black leather glove. He paused as he was about to lift the receiver and said, "Plastic surgery. That's why you didn't recognize me. Plastic surgery. Had my face fixed. Amazing what they can do nowadays."
Will you please make your call?
Incidentally, I'm not the Baron von Dufy. He's a much smaller man. Also, he's dead.
If you don't make that call...
All right. All right. All right. I'll make the call. This is like a movie situation, isn't it? Tender young girl alone in an old house. Mysterious stranger calls. "May I use your phone?" She admits him. And then, da-da-da-da. The wires have been cut.
What are you talking about?
It's true.
The strange young man picked up the telephone wires and held them out to Emma. They'd been cut all right.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
The weekend down at Sir Cavalier Rausikana's country home had started very mysteriously and had become more sinister with every hour that passed. Mrs. Peel, deserted by her host and his ward, had thought of an early night, curled up in her four-poster bed with a pleasant novel, untroubled by the fog which was sweeping across Exmoor and enveloping the old house like a white, damp shroud. Mrs. Peel was not a nervous person. She was too used to unusual situations and well capable of taking care of herself, but she was extremely puzzled by the whole affair. John Steed, on the other hand, was more than puzzled. He was frankly very anxious. He'd phoned George Fancy, who, reliable as ever, had called round.
Come in, George, come in.
What's the trouble, Steed?
I'm not sure, but someone put this across my stairs.
Steed held out the device, which was a steel, retractable tripwire.
The moment I tripped, it broke contact and retracted into the metal base, which was fixed neatly into the corner of the stairs. I was lucky. Could have been far worse than a sprained ankle.
Cunning little gadget. Nasty. And you think that...
I don't know what to think, but I can't take any chances. If this is Max Prendergast up to his old tricks, then Mrs. Peel may be in more danger than I am. She's down at this place, Rausikana Hall. Did you find out anything about it?
Yes, I did. It's near a place called Little Dayton.
Got the phone number?
I have, and I've tried it. Thought it would save time. It didn't. The phone is dead. Tried twice. Must be something wrong with the line. They have a very thick fog down there, according to the radio.
Can't see why that should affect the phones. You sure?
Yes, quite sure. Try for yourself if you like, but you won't get through.
I don't think I can let it slide.
Neither do I. Another thing, Sir Cavalier Rausikana left this country 4 days ago on a holiday abroad. Officially, that house is empty.
Oh, well, that decides it. Little Dayton. That's the other side of Exmoor, isn't it?
Yes.
It'll take us some time to get there.
If we get there, this fog. Thicker than a pea soup in that area. We may not get through.
We've got to get through. Oh, lost this ankle. I think I can drive the car.
No, don't worry about that. I'll do it. Come on, I'll give you a hand with your hat and coat.
George Fancy walked across to the hall stand. He picked up Steed's thick overcoat and bowler hat. As he did so, a card fluttered to the floor.
What the devil is that?
Playing card? Oh, how very odd. Must have been inside your bowler. A joker.
Let me see that.
Here. Oh!
What's wrong?
Cut myself. Oh, look. There's a razor blade on the back of the card, stuck on with transparent tape, edge just level with the side of the card. Darn fool thing for anyone to...
George?
Steed,
George, what is it?
Steed,
George?
It was meant for you.
George!
George made no reply. He couldn't. He was dead. The fog grew worse. It wrapped around the old house at Little Dayton, pressing white and clammy against the casement windows. Emma Peel watched the strange young man as in the scullery he hunted through the drawers for something with which to repair the telephone connection.
Any luck?
Nothing. Not even a pair of pliers. Wire and pliers. That's what you need to fix that phone.
And I've tried the extension upstairs, too. That's also out of order.
Out of order? I wouldn't call cut wires out of order. More likely deliberately disabled.
But that's ridiculous. I mean, why and who?
You?
You're out of your mind. Now, why?
To keep me here?
Just why would I want to do that?
Oh, I've got vitality, charm.
You've got an over-vivid imagination. I don't think you're at all vital. And to me, you're utterly devoid of charm. The only thing I find at all interesting about you is your ability to lie. Why did you come here?
I told you. Ran out of petrol.
This house is a good half a mile off the road. Why come here?
I saw the lights. Thought the petrol would just about last out and I'd be able to phone.
What lights? There were very few on. You can't see the house from the road in this fog. It would be impossible.
All right. I knew the house was here.
Who were you coming to see?
No one. I told you I'm interested in property. It's my business. Stately homes and all that sort of thing. The Baron von Dufy...
Is dead.
So he is. So he is. He's dead, and I'm here. Alone in this great big house with you.
I'm not alone.
Oh, come on now. You can't tell me there's someone hidden.
I shan't be alone for long, anyway. Sir Cavalier, the owner of this house, is due back at any moment.
In this fog? He'll never make it. No one will.
And his ward, Ola, only went to the village. She'll be back soon.
Ola? She's dead. Like the Baron Dufy. Dead. I killed her.
The strange young man picked up the bloodied knife that was stuck in the table. He flourished it at Mrs. Peel.
Take a look in the garden. That's Ula, all over. You see, I said I was traveling incognito, didn't I? It's a fact. I'm really Jack the Ripper.
Mrs. Peel looked at him calmly and coldly.
You could be anybody. I only know one thing. You're a bore. It's late. I'm tired. I want to go to bed.
In that case, would you like me to tuck you up?
The young man put down the knife and stretched an arm round Mrs. Peel's waist.
Mistake. No one does that unless I want them to. Come on.
Mrs. Peel frog-marched the strange young man out of the scullery, through the kitchen and into the hall.
Hey! Now look here.
Out. I've had enough of your nonsense.
You're really throwing me out?
I'm really throwing you out.
On a night like this?
What's the matter? Baby, are you scared? Out.
Look, I feel safer back here. It's dreadful outside. Look at the fog. Mark you, this place is too creepy. You can tell the owner it's not grand enough for my retinue.
Out!
All right. I know when I'm not wanted. Oh, by the way, I take it back. About you being alone, I mean. I don't think you are alone in the house. Don't believe me? Then take a look at the dining room. Bye.
As John Steed drove further into the country, the conditions became worse. He was anxious to get down to Exmoor as quickly as possible, but the fog reduced his speed to a snail's pace. Eventually...
The devil? Bashed into something. That's all I need. Oh, well, Here goes.
Steed crawled from the car, groped his way to the bonnet, to find that the car radiator was hard up against a signpost. Steed, who was carrying a torch, shone the beam upwards and read,
From this vantage point, you have a breathtaking view of 4 counters. I'll settle for a hand in front of my face.
Steed limped back to the car with not the foggiest idea of where he was. Emma Peel, remembering the parting words of the young man she'd just thrown out of the house, went through into the dining room. The candles were gutting, but by their light she could see that someone had been in the room. The place at the bottom end of the table had been used. There were the remains of food on the plate, a little wine in the glass, and a cigar butt smouldered in the ashtray. Mrs. Peel left the room rather hurriedly and made for her bedroom. At the top of the stairs she paused. The revolving door now showed the playing card of the Joker facing outwards. So someone had gone through towards the bedrooms.
Joker is right. All right, whoever you are, I'll get ready for you.
Mrs. Peel entered her room and found it normal and welcoming. She crossed to her suitcase and opened it, taking out a revolver.
Fire first, ask questions later. I'm ready.
Down in the fog-shrouded garden, the young man stumbled through the bushes and stopped as he encountered Ula.
Oh, how did you get on?
I think I worried her. I really think I worried her.
Just worried?
Funniest caper I've ever been on. Why try to scare her to death?
I've told you it's a joke, a practical joke.
Well, take my word for it, that one doesn't scare easily. I've done my job. I want to be paid off.
Of course, but you haven't finished yet. You have to scream first.
Okay, I'll give you a real blood-curdler. Ah! That good enough?
No. No, I'm afraid it isn't. I think we need the real thing. Don't you?
Ula turned and looked over her shoulder. The bushes parted. The huge figure of a man loomed out of the fog. A large, hairy hand tightened its grip around a pistol.
No! No!
Fancy was dead, killed by a poisoned razor blade hidden at the back of a playing card. The playing card was a joker. John Steed was quick to realize that the booby trap had been meant for him. It had to be the work of Max Prendergast, who had recently broken out of a French jail. Steed knew that another trap had been set for Mrs. Peel. She was in even graver danger than he was. Invited down to the country home of Sir Cavalier Rossicana, Mrs. Peel had found the whole setup more than strange. The only occupant of the house was Sir Cavalier's ward, Ula, who'd left after dinner. Mrs. Peel, alone, was far from frightened and dealt very capably with the strange young man who'd arrived and tried to scare her. The young man now lay dead among the laurel bushes, and Ula, a wry smile on her face, watched the killer move towards the back of the house.
Oh, tonight is going to be such fun. I shall see all sorts of super things. I do love watching. So interesting. Such fun.
In the house, Mrs. Peel was beginning to think that the whole weekend was far from fun. She'd gone up to her room and prepared for any eventuality, a loaded revolver at her side. She settled herself in a comfortable chair at the foot of the four-poster bed and stretched out a hand for her book. It wasn't there. Mrs. Peel frowned and looked about the room.
The last time that happened, I found a rocking chair moving for no apparent reason. This time? Could it be the window?
Mrs. Peel got up and moved to the window. It was then that she noticed a vase of roses on the floor. Had the curtains knocked the vase over? The wind?
In this fog? Most unlikely.
Mrs. Peel stooped and picked up the vase. The stems of the flowers remained in it. The heads of the roses lay on the floor. They had been deliberately snipped off.
Useless. Malicious and totally pointless thing to do. Kinky.
She moved to the table, where she found her book and opened it.
What the devil?
She stared down at a distorted portrait of herself. It was a cut-out picture from a glossy magazine, cut up, pasted down into a vicious gargoyle, a travesty of a face. One eye dropped out into her open hand.
Did I think someone was kinky? Brother, are they sick?
At that moment, the telephone rang.
Steed. It's just got to be John Steed.
Mrs. Peel left the room at top speed. She hurried down the corridor, swung the revolving door round, and belted down the stairs. In the hall, she picked up the telephone.
Steed? Steed!
The line was dead. Mrs. Peel found herself staring at the wires. They were cut. She remembered they had been cut half an hour ago. Even Mrs. Peel was a trifle unnerved. And then, from the kitchen, there came the sound of a door banging. Mrs. Peel went to investigate. The back door was open.
Well, let's hope whoever it is has gone out for good.
Mrs. Peel decided it was going to be a heavy night. She put a kettle on, and it was at that point that she heard the sound of the small bell Ula had left on the dining room table. Next stop, the dining room. Mrs. Peel made it in record time.
Who is it? Who's there?
No one.
Who's in here? Who rang that bell?
The bell lay on its side, rolling gently to and fro. Mrs. Peel turned to go when she heard the voice.
What? Who's there?
The voice seemed to echo through the house. Was it upstairs? Mrs. Peel moved to the stairs.
Emma, I'm here. I've come back to you. Emma.
Mrs. Peel moved up the stairs. At the top, the revolving card door showed not the Joker as she'd left it, but the death card.
Someone is playing Joker. Well?
She pushed her way through the door and then heard the music. It came from her own room. Emma Peel remembered having seen a very old gramophone in the corner. She also recalled the coffin-shaped chest, which was filled with old 78 records, all of them this tune. She got to her room just as the record finished.
Now, who the devil put that on? I'm fed up with this.
Mrs. Peel, in a sudden outburst which was quite uncharacteristic of her, tore the record from the turntable and smashed it over her knee.
Nerves. That's what they're trying to do. Whittle me down with all these melodramatic tricks. Am I falling for it? Oh, not that again. The rocking chair. Well, this time I'm all set and raring to go. The far room.
Characteristically, Mrs. Peel entered the far room at top speed. She slammed the door open. She stopped dead, for there, in the rocking chair, was a man. He was swaying to and fro.
Right. Stay where you are. Don't move.
The body turned as it fell. The strange young man lay on his back. A bullet hole darkened the center of his forehead. You can't get more dead than dead. John Steed, intent on getting to Mrs. Peel as swiftly as possible, was crawling his way through the fog. He was driving more by instinct than anything else. He knew he was heading westward. Otherwise, he had to admit he was lost.
Well, this is it. Night in the fog. Stuck. Lost. Hey, you there?
Ah, hey, you be out on a right rough night, mister.
You don't know a place called Rausikana Hall, do you?
I should think I do, too.
Well, that's where I'm heading. How much further?
You be turning into the driveway right this minute, mister. It be there under your very nose, and you can't be seeing it.
What do you mean this is it?
Yeah, that's right. Just turn up the driveway. Blow me down right on the spot and don't know it. Night to you.
Good night. Well, first bit of luck I've had today.
The luck didn't last all that long.
Now what?
It was Emma Peel's car. Ulla had left it carelessly parked halfway across the drive. Steed groped his way forward and recognized the car.
Mrs. Peel! Mrs. Peel!
Steed's voice seemed to echo through the heavy fog. Clutching his stick, he limped up the driveway. Best foot forward, Steed. The other one's not much good. Mrs. Peel left the small room at the end of the corridor, determined to get the police immediately. She was on her way downstairs when she heard it.
That record again.
Emma.
And the voice.
Mrs. Peel, still clutching her gun, walked slowly along the corridor, through the revolving car door, and onto the stairs.
Emma. Dear Emma Peel. Dearest Emma.
Where are you?
Emma.
And who are you?
An old friend. A very old friend. Don't be frightened. I don't want to frighten you. Dear Emma.
Just step out where I can see you.
A quiet little chat. That's all I want. About old times.
I don't know you.
Oh, yes, you do.
Then show yourself. Where are you?
Everywhere, anywhere you run to, I'll be there. I am inescapable. I may be right over here, or just by your shoulder. You can't see me, but I can stretch out a hand and touch you.
Mrs. Peel made for the front door.
The key has gone, Emma. You won't get out that way.
Let me out.
Which way will you go?
No! Let me out! Let me out! No!
Or here. All right, here. Everywhere you go, I shall be. I am everywhere waiting for you, Emma, my dear.
Let me out!
Waiting for you to hold you in my arms. Come to me, Emma. You can't get away. Come to me.
Stop it!
Frightened? You are frightened now, aren't you, Emma Peel? Frightened at last.
John Steed, more by luck than judgment, had stumbled across the entrance to Rausikana Hall. He knew he was at the right place when he crashed into Emma Peel's car in the fog. Ulla had left it parked across the driveway. Steed had to walk up to the old house. He limped his way along painfully and slowly. In the house, Mrs. Peel found herself trapped. She'd known for some time that she wasn't alone. Too many mysterious things had been happening. Someone was deliberately baiting her, playing tricks upon her, trying to frighten her. But why? For what reason? And with what object? All these thoughts flashed through Mrs. Peel's mind as she listened to the voice that echoed around the hallway.
I'm over here, Emma Peel, at the top of the stairs. Come to me, Emma Peel.
Mrs. Peel looked up the stairs. The revolving door was slowly moving. The Joker turned inwards. Facing her was the death card. Mrs. Peel shot up the stairs at top speed and swung the door round.
Where are you? Come on. Come out and face me. I'm not the frightened, lily-livered one. I don't hide behind voices. Where are you?
Here, Emma.
What?
Mrs. Peel swung round. There was no one there, just the grinning face of the Joker on the door.
Try your bedroom. I might be there, waiting for you, waiting to hold you in my arms. Dear Emma.
Just come near enough to try, that's all.
But I am here. Very near. Try the bed, Emma. Behind the curtains of the four-poster bed.
There, sitting up in bed, his eyes staring out at her, was the dead young man. Mrs. Peel felt her nerves cracking.
Filthy, foul, crazy madman. Where are you?
Listen, Emma.
Downstairs. That music is coming from downstairs. All right. One thing at a time. I don't know how you're doing these trick voices, but you can't put on a gramophone without using a gramophone. There's one in here. That's not it. The other one is down in the study.
Mrs. Peel ignored the laughter that seemed to follow her wherever she went. She made her way down to the study. Yes, there was the gramophone, with the old 78 record playing on it.
Don't you like that tune, Emma? You should remember it. It was a favorite when we knew each other. I'm over here, Emma. I really am. I'm in the dining room. Want to come to me, Emma?
The voice did sound as though it was from the dining room. Mrs. Peel entered cautiously.
Where are you? Are you really in here?
Oh, yes. Yes, I'm here. At the head of the table.
The candles on the table were nearly out, spluttering and flickering. The end of the table was in deep shadow, but there was a man sitting there, a menacing figure hunched in the high-backed chair. The man moved, stretched out an enormous, hairy hand, and took an apple, a green, hard apple, from the dish in front of him. He polished it gently.
Why not come a little nearer, Emma Peel?
Mrs. Peel did so, still keeping her gun trained in the direction of the voice. It was then that she noticed the photograph of herself on the table.
Yes, your face was always perfect, so symmetrical. Not a thing out of place. It's such a pleasure to see you again, Emma. I've thought of you often, you know. I like to think that just once in a while you've thought of me.
Who are you?
Remember the song, Emma? Mademoiselle. Paris. Eating apples by the Seine.
The hairy hand clutched at the apple, tightened around it, crushing it to pulp.
I could crush your scalp just as easily as I can this apple.
No chance. Keep both hands on the table. And tell me who you are.
You still don't know? That tune doesn't tell you?
Move into the light. Then I'll know.
Paris. Not so long ago. I think for one reason or another, Paris is the most exciting city in the world. It certainly was in our day. And it is certainly the most dangerous.
It can only be one person. Max Prendergast.
There, you see. You knew all along, didn't you?
Max Prendergast.
You were always teasing me so charmingly.
He picked up another apple, lifted a very sharp knife, and began slicing it. The hairy hands delicately popping each segment into his flabby mouth.
Those days were all too few, Emma. But I shall always be grateful for them. Oh, and grateful to you. Do you remember that last day?
There is little or nothing about you that I care to remember.
I was leaving for Rio, but I had to see you before I left.
Ah, yes, I forgot.
Had you? I hadn't, you know. You wouldn't let me leave. I kept telling you I had a plane to catch, but you wouldn't let me go. You flattered me outrageously. How could I refuse?
What is it you want?
A chat.
Just a chat. A quiet chat.
Why go to all this trouble if all you want is a talk?
No, it was no trouble. I've been enjoying myself. Did you like the roses in your room? There were roses in the room that day, and we kept playing the tune, Mamselle. I thought you were my Mamselle. It wasn't quite fair, you know, to have kept me there with the roses and the music. You knew I wanted to take that plane. And there was that man. What was his name? Steed. John Steed. You flattered me, flirted with me until he came. And then there was a nasty scene. Do you remember? The police and the arrest.
You deserved everything you got. You sold people from east to west as though they were cattle.
Oh, my dear, a few insignificant refugees.
No human being is insignificant. Not those few refugees or that man upstairs. Did you have to kill him?
Man upstairs? Oh, him. Yes, I had to kill him.
Just like that.
It was your fault. You shouldn't have made me miss that plane. I loved you, Emma, and you betrayed me.
And I hated you. And what you did and what you were. People like you have to be stopped. If I had to do it all over again, I would. I'd use any trick to see you behind bars, Prendergast.
And they destroyed me in there, in that place, being locked up all those years. It killed me. I died. They give you magazines in there, in that place. Your face often appeared. Whenever I saw your picture, I always cut it out with plastic scissors. They let you have plastic scissors. They aren't very sharp, you see. Not as sharp as this knife.
Prendergast stood up. Mrs. Peel had forgotten what a giant of a man he was. He advanced slowly down the length of the table, holding the knife out towards her. Mrs. Peel, gun at the ready, backed into the hall.
Keep away now. Stand back or I'll drop you.
In the hallway, Mrs. Peel stopped. From the top of the stairs, a voice said...
Oh, how exciting! A knife and a gun!
Ola!
That's right. And I've got a gun, too.
You see, I'm not alone anymore, Emma. I found someone who understands me, who's in sympathy with me.
Yes, that's right.
Yes.
Ola, do you know what kind of a man he is? Do you have any idea?
He's going to kill you. He said I could watch.
Max advanced on Emma, knife outstretched.
You're asking for it. You're going to make me kill you.
I'm dead, Emma. You can't kill me twice.
Oh, what fun. You said I could watch.
Then watch this.
Your gun's only got blanks in it. Mine hasn't.
Ula fired. Mrs. Peel ducked and threw her gun at Ula. It was a good shot, catching her under the chin. Mrs. Peel didn't wait for more. She shot up the stairs, grabbed Ula's hand that held the gun. It dropped, skidded through the banisters into the hall.
Leave me. No, leave me.
Mrs. Peel got a hold on Ula and threw her at the revolving door. She went through it, spinning it off its central pivot, and landed unconscious on the other side.
Here goes.
Mrs. Peel swung over the banisters and dropped into the hall. She made for Ula's gun, but...
Too late.
Mrs. Peel was looking down the wrong end of it.
No. A bullet would be too quick. Too quick.
Prendergast moved in. Mrs. Peel tackled him. In the struggle, the candelabra was knocked over. Mrs. Peel found the hairy hands grasping her throat, squeezing.
My mamselle. Die, my mamselle. That lovely face, let me cut it, as I get so many photographs. Now!
Prendergast had the strength of a madman. Mrs. Peel's eyes glazed as the pressure on her throat increased.
The knife!
Prendergast forced Mrs. Peel to her knees. He bent over her to deliver the coup de grace. Then it seemed as though the roof fell in.
Spot of bother, Mrs. Peel?
Just a little, Steve. I must say you play your cards at the right time. That's Max Prendergast. He escaped from jail.
Not for long. Thought I'd give you a lift home. That is, unless you want to stay for the rest of the weekend.
You've just got to be joking, Steve.
Oh, I'm no joker. He is. There's one in every pack, you know. Well, fog's lifting. Want to go home, Mrs. Peel?
Now, from the makers of cold water Omo,
the sign reading British Cipher Headquarters, no admittance without authority, hung next to the sentry box outside the large red-bricked building. A guard stood stiffly to attention in the time-honored tradition. It was raining. Not pouring down, but a steady drizzle, the sort of rain that gently soaks one to the skin. The winter morning was a quiet one. No sound of traffic from the deserted road. And then... From the inner courtyard stumbled a man,
well-built, well-dressed, he ran in panic from the main building across the yard towards the guard, who paid no attention to his cries. Nearing the gate, a small van swung towards him.
No! No! No!
From the van, a man in a white coat stretched out an arm. In his hand, he held a blunt-nosed pistol with a silencer attached. He fired.
The Avengers.
John Steed and Emma Peel, The Avengers.
Well over 1 million South African housewives are delighted with the sparkling clean wash they get from Coldwater Omo. Like Mrs. Connie Goldie of Vereeniging.
Well, I found myself without any hot water one Monday morning. Yes. So I dashed out and I bought a packet of Coldwater Omo. And I've never been without Coldwater Omo since.
Yes, once an Omo user, always an Omo user. Omo cleans best. Over 1 million South African housewives have proved it.
Walls Ice Cream presents the new Pink Pussycat song.
We got strawberry and vanilla, hop and hop. That's on inside. White milky chocolate the way you like. All over the outside, where walls Pink Pussycat house.
Episode 1 of this story, in which John Steed and Emma Peel find themselves assigned to a case which becomes known as the super-secret cipher snatch. Roger Jarrett yelled as the bullet smashed into his body. He fell untidily into a puddle. Blood flowed into the water as he died. From the van bearing the sign Classy Glass Cleaning, 2 men climbed down. They moved swiftly, picking up the body and throwing it carelessly into the back of the van.
You would have him taken care of. Come on, let's go.
And all the time, the guard on duty stood with his eyes straight in front of him, unseeing and unhearing, stiff to attention. The van pulled away, vanished down the empty street. Time passed. And along that same street came a large black limousine. It stopped at the entrance. From the wheel, George Webster, dignified director of British Cipher headquarters, leaned from the window and said to the guard,
"Hello, Masters. What kind of day has it been?"
Our usual Monday, Mr. Webster. Routine, boring.
Yeah, that's the reply I like to hear. In other words, no one has stolen the secret papers.
No chance, sir. No chance.
Good.
No chance. Nothing ever happens in this place. Routine and boring. That's all it is. Routine and boring.
In John Steed's apartment, Mother was holding a meeting. Only 3 people were present: John Steed, Emma Peel, and Mother.
Of course, I considered it all terribly carefully before I said yes.
Of course, Mother.
Then MI12 got in touch and asked for our cooperation. I was, of course, a little inclined to tell them to conduct their own business in their usual inefficient manner and allow us to go on solving everything that we were given. But, well, it goes without saying that just to be asked is a compliment.
Quite.
A feather in our caps, in fact.
More than one. A whole nestful.
An Indian headdress.
A mattress?
I knew you'd be inclined to lie down on the job, Steed. It's also a thundering great bore. I mean, I ask you, MI12 losing one of their men like that, and then having the audacity to ask us to find him.
It is annoying.
Infuriating.
That's what I said, but...
But?
Pour another cocktail, Steed, and I'll tell you all. Miss Peel?
I think not. One of us has to remember what this is all about.
Yes. Well, now, yes.
Cheers. To another case successfully accomplished.
We have to start on it yet.
Foregone conclusion, Steed. Foregone conclusion.
Roger Jarrett. That was his name? I mean, is his name?
It could be was. In fact, it sounds like was. Yes, that's the name.
How long has he been missing?
24 hours. That's MI12 for you. Complete panic. Typical of them. They have such a terrible preoccupation with gimmicks and gadgets. I told them, no gadget will ever replace the man.
Or the woman.
Yes. Where does all this start, Mother?
It starts in the apartment of Roger Jarrett, of course, shortly after he left it.
And ends?
At the Cipher headquarters.
Right. Then I'll take Jarrett's apartment.
And I'll brush up on my ciphers.
And I'll sit here and have another cocktail and wish you both the best of British luck.
An hour later, John Steed drove his rolls into the yard of the British Cipher headquarters and parked it under the sign that read, "Strictly no parking."
Always start in the proper manner. Train him early.
Steed tapped his bowler more firmly on his head and, jauntily swinging his umbrella, strolled up the steps and into the reception foyer. 10 minutes later, he was shown into the very plush suite of the chairman, George Webster, who rose from behind the desk.
Steed, isn't it? John Steed, good morning. That's right. Good morning. I suppose the ministry warned you to expect me. Yes, I had a phone call half an hour ago. I must confess that I didn't really understand what it was all about. No, it's just routine, really. We have to check up, you know. Oh, quite. Well, won't you sit down? Thank you. Tell me what it's all about. Jarrett. I beg your pardon? A man named Jarrett. Not our department, MI12, actually. He's a spot security check man. That means he's given the right to call on any department without notice and inspect their security. He called here yesterday. He did? Yes, early. I want to know what time he left. But I know nothing of this, nothing at all. Jarrett, you say? No, that's right. I have a photograph here. Here you are. I've never seen this man in my life. You sure? Quite sure. Just a moment, I'll ask Murray. He's security personnel. He must have been consulted if this man called here.
Webster reached for the phone, barked out an order, and a few minutes later a young man entered from the inner office.
You called me, sir? Steed, John Steed, called to do a routine check on a man from MI12. Name of Jarrett, called here yesterday. And this is his photograph. Yes? I'll be quite frank with you. Jarrett has disappeared. We know he was here at the Cipher headquarters early yesterday morning. I can't recall it, Murray. As director of this HQ, I'm aware of everything that goes on. If I've been misinformed...
I don't think you have, sir. I record all arrivals and departures.
And you know nothing of Jarrett's visit?
Not a thing. I most certainly didn't see this man in here yesterday, or any other day for that matter.
Mm-hmm. Well, then perhaps he called later. Lunchtime, perhaps, when you weren't here.
No, not yesterday. I didn't leave the building yesterday. The weather was so bad I didn't go out at lunchtime.
Neither did I. I'm sorry, Mr. Steed, but I think you'll have to accept the fact that this man Jarrett wasn't here. If he's disappeared, then it must have been before he was due here. And that's all we can do to help you.
Mother?
Steed here, Mother. Checked at Cipher HQ. Webster and his security man say Jarrett didn't visit them yesterday.
Well, that's not the information we were given.
No. I questioned all the staff, and they said Jarrett has never called at that headquarters, not at any time.
But he must have done it sometime.
Quite. Yet they deny it. And I'm quite sure they're all lying. But why?
That, Steed, is something you must find out. And at once.
Yes. Any news from Mrs. Peel?
Not yet. One can only hope that she'll be a little more constructive than you have been. She's at Jarrett's apartment with Ferret. Who? Ferret, from MI12's forensic department. Prides himself on being a modern Sherlock Holmes.
Oh. Right, I'll keep in touch.
Do that, Steve, do that. And now where was I? Oh, yes, most important. Delicious.
In Jarrett's apartment, Ferret was going over everything in a thoroughly professional way. His methods were not to touch, but to examine in great detail. Mrs. Peel wandered about carelessly, picking up and putting down anything she chose.
There's a postcard here. It reads, "With all my love, Yvette."
Well, that means assignment completed. Yvette is our man in Paris.
You MI12 people do go in for intrigue, don't you?
Very careless of Jared. He should have destroyed that immediately. Peters, have you finished photographing in the bedroom?
Yes, sir. Just a few prints in the bathroom.
Right. And then cover that bookcase in the area around the door.
I thought the best type of agents left messages concealed almost everywhere.
There are messages enough. It's only a question of thinking things out.
Such as?
The bottle of milk in the kitchen is sour.
So?
The dregs in this teacup have gone mouldy.
So?
The shaving brush in the bathroom is bone dry.
Ingenious. So?
Each one is a clue, Mrs. Peel. All these facts add up to prove that Jarrett hasn't been in this flat for 2 days.
Mrs. Peel, who had been wandering about the place looking under cushions, straightening the carpets and toying with the ornaments, strolled to the window. Beneath the window was a window seat, large and comfortable. She sat on it and stared out into the street. Then, on an impulse, she got up and raised the lid of the window seat.
Yes, I think I can say without fear of contradiction that Jarrett left here on Sunday.
I'm afraid not, Mr. Ferret.
I beg your pardon.
It would seem he didn't leave here at all. Look.
Ferret moved over to where Mrs. Peel stood and looked down into the window seat. The sightless eyes of Arthur Jarrett stared up at him.
Dead. Shot.
Mother had accepted the task of finding Arthur Jarrett, MI12's missing security man, with some satisfaction. It was always pleasing to be asked to help a superior department, and Steed and Mrs. Peel had been quickly assigned to the case. But Steed's interview with George Webster at Cipher headquarters had been far from satisfactory. With an instinct cultivated over the years, Steed sensed that something in the headquarters was very wrong. All the staff denied ever seeing Jarrett, and yet Steed had his doubts. He'd reported to Mother and continued to browse about the building, much to George Webster's annoyance.
I fail to see that we can help you further, Mr. Steed. You've interviewed all my staff. They've all corroborated what our security man Murray told you. People do not wander in and out of this building. Your Mr. Jarrett was never here.
So everyone says. The weather.
I beg your pardon?
Murray said he didn't go out to lunch yesterday because the weather was against it. Now, what did he mean by that?
Obviously that it rained heavily yesterday, and so he had his lunch in his office. Most of the staff did the same.
Rain, did it?
Well, maybe not in town, but it did here. And now, Mr. Steed, I do appreciate your concern. I'd like to help you, but it's quite clear that none of us is able to, and so, when I am rather busy.
Yes, of course.
Steed got up and reached for his hat and umbrella. As he did so, he noticed a cigarette lighter half hidden beneath some files. He glanced at Webster's desk. The large ashtray was empty and spotlessly clean. Steed took a cigarette case from an inner pocket.
Smoke? I don't, thank you. Look, Mr. Steed.
Oh, it's all right. I'll not interrupt you further. Sorry if I appear to be worrying things a little, but, you know, an establishment like this, responsible for all top-secret codes, well, where security is concerned, we do tend to worry, you know.
You've seen our precautions. The whole perimeter of the building is wired. Every filing cabinet is connected to an alarm system. I have a master alarm on my desk. A touch of this button.
Like this?
Steed reached over and jabbed the button Webster had indicated. As the sirens wailed out, the doors burst open. 3 security guards with revolvers burst into the room.
What is that?
What's wrong? What's the trouble?
It's all right, gentlemen. Just testing, nothing else. Just testing. It's very impressive, Mr. Webster.
Under cover of this confusion, Steed slipped the cigarette lighter into his pocket. He placed his bowler on his head, swung his umbrella, said,
"Good day, gentlemen,"
and left. In Jarrett's apartment, Mrs. Peel watched with interest as Peters, the photographer, took several shots of the dead man in the window seat.
You don't suppose that we could move him, Mr. Ferret?
Certainly not.
Oh, very well. But I have an idea that this is his bad side. Most people photograph better with the left profile.
This isn't a screen test. Now, Mrs. Peel, if you'll be so good as to make a list of his personal possessions...
Well, if you think it's necessary, very well.
I do. In duplicate, please.
You MI12 boys are very thorough. All right.
Ferret slipped on a pair of white gloves and extracted a comb from the dead man's pocket.
Combs? One?
Wrong. It's not a comb. It's a high-frequency resonator. A special issue. You see? It clicks open. The antenna springs out, so...
How clever clever. That a tie-pin he's wearing?
A miniature microphone.
Oh. Cufflinks, one pair?
Wrong. A recorder and playback units. One set.
Oh, sorry. But you will agree that this is his wallet.
Sorry. A survival kit. A K. A 4 standard issue.
And this can't be a cigarette case, can it?
No. A .22 automatic pistol with twin magazines and self-loader. You open it to fire.
In my department, a gun is a gun is a gun. What's this? A gun?
Mrs. Peel produced a small pocket revolver from the dead man's top pocket.
No, that's a cigarette lighter. Press the trigger and...
You people really are intent on making life complicated, aren't you? I suppose this fountain pen is a hand-operated, gas-cooled, short-range grenade launcher.
Hard luck. That's his dispatch case.
But of course. How could it be anything else? How's it work?
Like this. Unscrew the nib. There. A sheet of paper inside.
Oh, how very odd. It's just the page of a calendar. Monday, April the 1st. Yesterday.
Let's see, what's so very special about yesterday?
His death, perhaps?
But why the page of a calendar? Better photograph it, Peters.
Right.
Yeah, of course, the one thing that could help us is missing. It really is most annoying.
And what is that?
His cigarette lighter. I've been through all his pockets, and it isn't there. But it should be there. No agent would go on a job without it.
Well, not even if he didn't smoke?
No, that's immaterial. He was issued with the cigarette lighter, and that was the camera.
Oh, I suppose I should have guessed. A single-lens, reflex, fully automatic, magazine-load cigarette lighter.
Yeah, precisely. And it's missing.
Well, I finished here, Mr. Ferret. What now?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, lunch and back to Steed's apartment. Oh, I bet Mother's polished off all those cocktails. I'd better go and report this to him. Would you care to come along, Peters? Ferret, you'll see to all this, won't you?
Leave it to me, Mrs. Peel. Leave it all to me.
I think you'll find the gin a little bruised, Mrs. Peel. Sorry.
Oh, not at all, Mother. It's delicious. Well up to your usual.
Steed has inferior vermouth. I must speak to him about it. So, Jarrett is dead, and his camera cigarette lighter is missing.
That's right.
That wouldn't be what you were talking about, would it?
John Steed entered the room, walked across to where Mother was sitting, and dropped a lighter into his lap.
Oh, Steed. Splendid, yes. Yes, that's Jarrett's all right. From where?
George Webster's office at Cipher HQ. He had a film in it, and I had it developed. These are the enlarged prints. Interested, Mrs. Peel?
Fascinated, Steed. 3 shots. This one is the Cipher office. It's just a general view of the outer office. Girls working, nothing unusual. Then there's an exterior of one of the buildings, and the third is...
Of George Webster sitting at his desk.
Then you were right. He did get into the building.
The camera cannot lie, which is more than I can say for the director.
Well, that's impossible. Webster can't lie. We went to school together.
He swore on a stack of service manuals that he'd never set eyes on Arthur Jarrett.
Oh, impossible. Webster has a triple-star clearance. He can't lie.
Well, I'm delighted to hear it, Mother. That's where I found the lighter.
Someone else might have taken it there.
Wait a minute. Where's the magnifying glass?
Mrs. Peel picked up a magnifying glass and studied the shot of Webster's office.
The calendar on Webster's desk. It's the same page as the one we found in Jarrett's dispatch case. In his pen.
Oh, it's all very disturbing. Every code we use comes from Cipher HQ. If there's a leakage there, well...
These photographs, there's no point to them. Why should Jarrett go to all the trouble of taking sneak pictures like these?
Why, indeed. To prove that he was there, perhaps?
But why bother? Unless he knew he wasn't going to get out.
I think we should hand these over to Peters. Get him to blow them up even bigger on his projector. There just might be a hidden clue somewhere.
Very well. Take them down to the ministry, Mrs. Peel. I'll remain here with Steve for a little while longer. We have work to do. I must teach Steve how to make a really good cocktail.
Mrs. Peel left at that point. She dropped the prints in at Peter's photographic laboratory at the ministry and went home to change. As she drove away from the ministry, a small van marked classy glass cleaning, always top of the social ladder, drew up outside. 2 men were in it. Their names, Vickers and Maskin.
Think she's passed them on to the lab, boys?
Sure, practically certain.
Then we better get to work, hadn't we?
Right.
The 2 men donned white coats, took ladders from the back of the van and buckets.
You find this useful?
Vickers took a gun from the van and dropped it into Maskin's bucket. Maskin acknowledged it with a nod and, whistling tunelessly, propped his ladder against the outer wall of the building.
Third from the top, then, is it?
That's right.
Okay, here goes.
Maskin climbed the ladder, a window cleaner at work. No one in the whole of the street even noticed him. A short while after this, John Steed's telephone rang.
Steed?
Mr. Steed Peters here. These photographs that Mrs. Peel dropped in. I've got them on the projector at the moment, and just a moment. There's someone at the...
Hello, Peters. Peters, what is it? What the devil is it? Trouble, Steed. Sounds like it.
It sounds like big trouble, Mother.
John Steed and Emma Peel were investigating the murder of Arthur Jarrett, a top ministry security agent of MI12. Jarrett had disappeared while checking on the security at the British Cipher headquarters. Steed had called at the headquarters and been puzzled to find that all the staff denied ever seeing Jarrett. Mrs. Peel, checking with Ferret, a forensic expert, had discovered Jarrett's body in the window seat of his own apartment. Later, from the evidence of Jarrett's miniature camera, it was clear that he had visited the Cipher headquarters. Mrs. Peel had passed over some photographs to Peters, the photographic expert at the ministry, and it was while Peters was making a phone call to Steed to report on his findings that Steed heard a shot ring out. He didn't need any urging from Mother to get over to the ministry at top speed, collecting Mrs. Peel on the way.
This way, Mrs. Peel.
Wow, what a shambles. The whole place is wrecked.
Yeah, someone made sure of this, all right. They made sure of Peters, too. Up there on the floor. He's dead, all right.
Shot through the window.
Yes, looks like it. Glass over everywhere. The projector he was using has been smashed to pieces.
Yes. Hey, look at this. A tray containing charred ashes. Ashes of the photographs I gave him. So they were important.
Must have been. Got in by the window, having shot Peters just as he was making his report to me.
He got him by climbing this ladder. It's still here.
Foresight. It's not every assassin who carries his own ladder.
In broad daylight, too.
They seem to get away with quite a few things in broad daylight.
Especially murder. Sheer audacity.
Right. But Peters didn't have time to tell us what he'd found.
Well, at least we're on the right track.
And we've still got the negatives.
Then we can make more prints.
Precisely. Would you care to join me in my dark room, Mrs. Peel?
You think it's safe?
Oh, I shouldn't think so. You've seen my etchings before, anyway. Why not my bromide papers?
Well, as long as they aren't too overexposed. Shall we go?
Mrs. Peel climbed nimbly through the window and, gripping the ladder with the inside of her feet, slid swiftly down to the pavement.
No end to that woman's talents.
In Steed's apartment, Mother was sampling a dry sherry and talking to George Webster of Cipher HQ on the telephone.
Yes, George, old boy, I'm afraid it is serious. Jarrett is dead.
Terribly sorry to hear that, Mother, but really partly our responsibility. We didn't know him, you know.
That's not what MI12 say.
To the devil with them. They're always wishing things onto others. Darn place is a law unto itself. To lose a man or two and think it's got to be someone else's fault and not their own carelessness. I repeat, we've all got our own jobs.
It's the security angle that worries them. Your place supplies all the codes of the country. Anyone penetrating your security gets information on all other departments.
We know that. That's why our security is so good. Can't be broken.
And if I told you I had photographs taken in your own office only yesterday?
I'd say you were stark raving mad.
A bit bitter.
What's that? Of course I'd be bitter.
I'm talking of my sherry. All right, George, old boy, if you're sure you're right, then of course I have to take your word for it.
I know I am, Mother. Thanks for the call. If I can help in any way, let me know. Bye.
Bye. One of us is a blithering idiot, and it's not me. And this is a most inferior sherry. I shall have to go home to get a decent drink.
Steed. I'll just fix them and then you can turn the light on.
Right. Let's take a keen look.
Blot them off, leave them to dry naturally. There we are.
Magnifying glass. Nary a clue in sight. There has to be one somewhere.
Steed, this one, the exterior of the courtyard, right outside the Cipher headquarters. Look, there in the corner, a van with ladders on the roof. Ladders, Steed.
Clever girl.
I think I can just make out the lettering on the side of the van. Classy glass cleaners.
Window cleaners. Again?
Ladders?
In broad daylight? You expecting a visitor?
Oh, not that I know of. Mother will see to it.
But Mother, in his wheelchair, merely raised his voice and said,
Come in. Ah, the formidable ferret from forensics. Come in and close the door. I'm allergic to draughts and rodents.
Hello, Mother. Steed and Mrs. Peel here.
In there.
Mother indicated the kitchen with a gesture of his glass.
Cooking up something, or rather, something is developing in there.
What?
I hate to think. You're on duty, of course, ferret?
Yes. Yes, I suppose I am.
Too bad. I know how strict your department is about drinking.
Well, actually, I...
No, I don't think you should either.
Oh, hello there, Ferret. What's new?
Ferret is on duty and not drinking. That's new. I presume, Ferret, that your department is now in a state of complete panic.
Yeah, pretty nearly. First Jarrett and now Peters.
Quite status quo, complete panic. What are you planning to do about it? Turn to us once again?
Well, the fact is, we thought we should put someone else into Cypher headquarters.
Put someone else in?
I see. They seem to have been all prepared to deal with Jarrett.
Webster denies it, of course. I think his mind is going. Getting too old. Pity used to play quite a good rubber bridge in his day. Introduce who into Cypher headquarters, Ferret?
Well, this time it would have to be clandestine. Of course, there's someone from outside our department who's completely trustworthy.
Ah, then it would have to be someone outside, of course.
Yes, someone who could move in smoothly without creating undue attention. Yeah, of course, the position will qualify for the 5 shillings a day danger allowance.
Who could refuse that?
Who exactly do they have in mind?
Well, you, Mrs. Peel, to start tomorrow.
Me? But I...
That is, of course, if Mother allows it.
Oh, but of course. Mustn't forget that extra 5 shillings a day, eh, Steed? Well, it's hard to refuse. Yes. Only one condition, Mrs. Peel.
And that is?
You use your extra income to buy Steed some decent sherry.
Well, I'm all for that. I have none left, I notice.
And just what will you be doing, Steed, while I'm at Cypher HQ?
Me? Well, if it's a fine day tomorrow, I think I may have my windows cleaned. That's an idea, isn't it?
It was a fine day, and John Steed looked up the address of Classy Glass Cleaning in the telephone book and called upon their premises.
Good morning, sir. Good morning. Lather is the name, Charles Lather.
John Steed, I'm looking for a window cleaner.
Oh, well, then look no further. At Classy Glass, the world is our window. Just observe our thoroughness, sir. Look at our trainees.
Lather motioned to 3 young men who were practicing on ladders, cleaning away like fury at huge panes of glass.
Anti-clockwise, James. Now, anti-clockwise. Always anti-clockwise. Perhaps, sir, they will try the easy way, though.
Oh, can't be too careful.
Exactly. There are no shortcuts to the tops of our ladders. Here we really care about windows.
I'm delighted to hear it.
Oh, beautiful, Wilson, beautiful. Lovely touch with the lever. Just a shade more wrist action. There's a good ladder. We only use the finest camel skins, you know, Mr. Steed.
Camel skins?
They hold twice as much water.
Oh, of course, yes.
Now, we offer 3 services. Wash and dry, cream shampoo with a hot air finish, and our deluxe spirit treatment with a full leather glazing and crystal clear finish.
Nothing but the best.
Splendid. I booked for you for our deluxe. And now, approximately... Howard! I have told you before, Howard, the bucket in your left hand, held loosely but firmly at right angles to your hip. The hip, boy. Now, all together. That's better. There you go. I'm so sorry, Mr. Steed. Approximately how many windows will you require treatment?
Approximately 1.
1?
Family seat. I had the rest of them boarded up.
Boarded up? Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Steed. We have a duty to our employees. The sight of all those boarded windows, well, we've had an end crack under this.
Oh, it is a pity. I'm only just round the corner from one of your regular clients. The Cypher headquarters and Ministry of Defence.
Cypher headquarters? Oh, right, I don't recall. Ah, yes, I remember now. Of course, double glazed with moulded frames. Ghastly. But we haven't touched it for months. We used to have the contract, but we gave it up. Uneconomical. Besides, all that grave, that's quite soul-destroying.
Oh, I see.
But if you ever decide to reopen your windows...
Well, you'll be the first to know. Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Steed. Now, boys, left hand from the hip, please. From the hip.
Steed left and got into his car. As he pulled away, a small van came from the back of the building and followed him. The department of MI12 was in a rare panic. They'd lost two men, Jarrett and Peters. Ferret, who was in charge of forensics and very actively involved, had appealed to Mother. Mother had agreed to help, but apart from making a few phone calls and drinking most of John Steed's sherry, he hadn't got very far. He'd put Steed and Mrs. Peel on the case, and they'd followed through on evidence from some photographs of Jarrett's. Peters had been killed by a man posing as a window cleaner. There was a window cleaning van in one of the photographs. Hence, Steed's visit to classy glass cleaning. It had been amusing, but not very helpful. At least, that's what Steed was thinking as he drove away.
Jarrett got into the Cypher HQ. Everyone denies that he did. But he did because he took the photographs, and we know the date from the calendar on the desk. Now, an attempt was made to destroy the photographs, which shows they must be important. The only clue on the photograph was the window cleaning van. Well, perhaps it was just coincidence. Nothing more than coincidence.
But in the open van, following at a discreet distance, Maskin and Vickers had other ideas.
Yeah, still got him up ahead.
Yeah, he won't get away. We'll pull up nearer to him once we get out in the country. Ladders all ready?
Board them. Two across the roof. One sticking out the back. One I can use over the side.
Right. Let's see what we can do.
John Steed was taking his time, driving thoughtfully and leisurely. He hardly noticed the open van until it was almost on him, hogging the road.
What the devil? Well, pass if you want to pass.
Steed gestured irritably to the van to pass. The road was narrow. The van approached and swerved. A steel ladder in the body of the van swung out as though by accident. It missed Steed's car by inches.
All the crazy lunatics. Oh, wait a minute. Steel ladders. Did I say it might be coincidence? That's a lot.
Now, from the back of the van, Vickers, using another longer steel ladder, swung it from side to side, reaching out for Steed's windscreen. Steed braked, swerved, and pulled off the road. The van disappeared round the bend in the road. Steed muttered an oath under his breath that condemned all window cleaners to perdition and started the car again, determined to get to grips, this time on his own terms. There was no question about not being able to catch them up. The small van couldn't get away, but the road was narrow and twisting. Steed, using all his racing knowledge, soon made progress, and then coming round a sharp bend, there, stretched across steel trestles, were four ladders, their ends pointed like lances. It was like a tank trap, and Steed drove straight into it. Mrs. Peel, for her part, had agreed to help out in the latest plan of MI12, which was to place in Cypher headquarters a fresh agent. Someone who could move in without creating too much attention and keep an eye on things from the inside. Mrs. Peel had been chosen for the task. The danger money was an extra 5 shillings a day. Mrs. Peel was not impressed.
You're allowed to smoke, if you wish.
Thank you. No, I won't. Please, go ahead.
I don't seem to have a light. I wonder...
Excuse me. Yes, Mr. Webster?
Will you come in, please, Mrs. Peel, and bring your book with you?
Yes, sir. Excuse me, Mr. Murray.
Yes. Good morning. Please take a seat.
Thank you.
You have been checked through security, I take it. All your papers are in order.
Mr. Murray has been most thorough. There's no need for the department to go any further checking. I have a 3-star clearance.
Is this Mother's doing?
Pardon?
Mother. Oh, come, Mrs. Peel. This is Cypher headquarters. We are used to unraveling complicated puzzles. You surely don't think a man like myself is going to accept an outside appointment like yours without checking. Mother has planted you on me, hasn't he?
No. Ferret of MI12, actually.
I wish they'd get on with their work and leave us to deal with ours. All right. I'll accept the fact that they have trouble and they're trying everything. All right. I won't complain, providing you do your job like everyone else.
I have all the qualifications, Mr. Webster. I might be able to do you a bit of good. I promise I won't do any harm.
Right. Well, having cleared that away, perhaps you'd be good enough to get me Q file. You'll have to present my signature to Murray. It's top secret. Here. Bring it straight back in here, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Webster.
With that, Mrs. Peel left the boss's office and found Murray, who was still looking for a light for a cigarette.
Mr. Webster wants Q cipher file. Here's his signed authorization.
Right. This is the most important part of the whole cipher system. It's automatic, of course. Works on the right combination of buttons.
Mrs. Peel took out the correct file and was about to ask Murray to close the machine when she looked out of the window. There, down in the courtyard, was a small van, Classy Glass Cleaners, clearly marked on the side. Mrs. Peel frowned, paused. Two men got out of the van and moved to the back, removing a series of steel ladders from the roof.
Come along now, the file.
Oh, yes, sorry.
Mrs. Peel moved swiftly over to her desk and picked up a telephone.
Outside line, please. Thank you.
What about that light? Darned if I can find one.
Oh, there's some matches in my handbag. Just a moment. Here you are.
Yeah, thanks.
Mrs. Peel listened intently to the phone ringing at the other end. There was no reply. No reply because the number she was ringing was John Steed's car telephone, and John Steed was lying beneath it, hardly conscious. Steed picked himself up from the floor of the wrecked car. The car phone had stopped ringing. Steed looked around him. His bowler had been torn by the steel ladder that was jutting through the broken windscreen. Steed picked it up shakily and patted the metal casing. Then he reached for the phone and dialed operator.
Hello? Hello, operator. Could you get me Lessington? Cipher HQ, please. It's very urgent.
Sorry, sir. All the lines are engaged.
Well, then use the security line, please. 010.
Hello, caller. I'm afraid the security line's out of order.
I see. Thank you.
Steed thought for a moment and then rang another number. In Mother's apartment, the phone shrilled.
Mother speaking.
Mother? Steed. Look, how quickly could you get someone round to Cipher headquarters?
Well, I suppose I could get one of those dreary people from MI12. Ferret himself, perhaps.
Good. Then send him off there straight away.
Right. But what's all this about, Steed? Where are you and what's happened?
I can't explain. There really isn't time. But I think someone should get over there at top speed in case Mrs. Peel needs some help. I can't get there quickly enough myself. I'm down in the country and rather tied up with a ladder at the moment.
A ladder?
Yes, and I've a nasty feeling that the other parts of it are about to be used down at the Cipher HQ. Don't waste any time, Mother. This is an emergency. Bye.
But look here, Steed, Really?
Ferret?
Mother, job for you, Ferret. Write down your own rabbit warrant, too. Get over to Cipher HQ, find Mrs. Peel, and don't walk under any ladders on the way. That's an order.
Ferret knew Mother in this mood. He didn't argue. He moved. Arriving at the headquarters, he was staggered to find not a soul in the courtyard.
No one here. No guards on duty. No one. What the devil?
The passageways were silent and empty. Ferret, in near panic now, ran the length of the corridor and burst into the office that had been given to Mrs. Peel. She stood by the desk, her hand still on the telephone in its cradle. Her eyes stared sightlessly.
Mrs. Peel? Mrs. Peel, are you all right? Mrs. Peel?
Mrs. Peel didn't move or acknowledge his presence in the room.
Mrs. Peel, what happened?
A wet window cleaner's leather dropped over Ferret's face. He struggled for air, but the leather tightened into a shiny brown mask, tighter and tighter, suffocating him. He stopped struggling eventually and sagged to the floor, dead. Mrs. Peel stood still, frozen. Mother had been alerted by John Steed that there would be more trouble down at the Cipher headquarters. He'd got hold of Ferret from MI12 and sent him down there at top speed. Ferret had arrived to find the whole place as silent as a grave, as though time was standing still. Then he'd been viciously attacked and suffocated. Mother waited impatiently for news, and John Steed, in his wrecked car, just hoped he'd got the call through in time. Forlorn hope, Steed.
Let's just try once again.
Steed lifted the car telephone.
Operator, try that Lexington Cipher HQ for me again, please.
I'm sorry, caller, there's no reply from that number.
There must be. There are hundreds of people working in that building.
We've been trying to raise them, folks are examining.
The security line?
010, it's still out of order.
I see. Thank you. Something wrong. Something very wrong. And how the devil do I get out of this?
Steed looked down at the wreck of his car. He moved round to where the steel ladder stuck through the windscreen.
Well, we can get rid of all this to start with.
Steed cleared the windscreen of the rest of the glass and threw the steel ladder into the nearest ditch.
Now, let's see if we can get going. Right. Time 4 o'clock. Just got an hour. Here we go.
Outside the entrance to the Cipher headquarters, the guard yawned behind his hands and surreptitiously glanced at his watch. It was almost 5 o'clock, but inside the building the place was still alive with activity.
How's it going, Mrs. Peel?
Oh, fine, just fine, thank you, Mr. Murray. Nothing to it.
Got a light? I really must try to remember where I put my lighter.
You're always borrowing matches from me. Why only...
What is it? What's the matter?
Oh, nothing. Just something teasing the back of my memory. It's strange. I've got 100% recall out of my training. I never...
Your training? You mean as a shorthand typist or a confidential secretary?
I mean as a... Oh, never mind.
Mrs. Peel, have you found that Q file yet?
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Webster. Yes, I have it here. I must just have forgotten to bring it in through to you.
Perhaps... what's the time? Almost 5.
Oh, so it is. How the afternoon's flown.
Well, there's no time to deal with it now. Better put it back in security and let me have it first thing in the morning.
Yes, Mr. Webster. I'll do just that.
Mrs. Peel looked at Murray, who opened the cabinet for her. Then she turned to her desk. Suddenly she stopped and looked down at the carpet, at the spot where Ferret's body had fallen. Again, a worried frown wrinkled her forehead.
Total recall. Can't be. I can't forget things. I can't. It's impossible.
When Mrs. Peel left the building that afternoon, she found John Steed parked in his car under the trees across the road. She walked briskly over to him and immediately noticed the windscreen.
Instant air conditioning? You're all right, Steed?
Just about.
How did it happen?
With the compliments of classy glass, the people who really care about windows. Steel ladders can make very effective long-range weapons.
I see. So they are involved.
Very much so. I rather expected you to tell me. Weren't they here this afternoon?
Classy glass cleaners? No, why should they be?
That's funny. I couldn't have got it wrong. What time did Ferret leave?
Ferret?
Well, he's been here most of the afternoon. After my accident, I phoned Mother and told him to send Ferret down here at once. I mean, knowing Mother, it would be done, and knowing Ferret, he would have obeyed Mother.
Well, he hasn't been near us. It's been a perfectly ordinary, perfectly boring day. If Mr. Ferret's been in the building, I would have seen him, I'm sure of that.
You're certain?
Well, if you don't believe me, phone him and check.
I have. He isn't back yet. No Ferret, no window cleaners.
None whatsoever. Anyway, they'd hardly clean windows when it's raining most of the day.
Raining? It hasn't rained where I've been. Look, my umbrella's still folded, not used, and...
Steed reached up and hooked the handle of his umbrella round the branch of a tree. He pulled it to and fro energetically.
No raindrops on these trees. Dry as a bone. No rain.
But that's ridiculous. Well, I'm sure it was raining earlier. It did, Steed.
And if it didn't? Well, come on, I'll buy you dinner, and then later we'll go to work.
Where?
3 guesses.
3? Classy 1, glass 2, cleaning 3.
Got it in 1. Come on.
The fenced yard at the back of Classy Glass Cleaning housed about half a dozen vehicles. When Steed and Mrs. Peel arrived at the yard, it was quite dark. Steed slipped his umbrella over the fence, catching the latch and pulling it to release the lock.
There's plenty of trucks.
I suppose it could be a perfectly harmless company.
Not on your life. I wondered. The steel ladder soon convinced me I was wrong. A very lethal line in ladders. Now, you take that side, Mrs. P, and I'll take this.
Mm-hmm. Steve!
What is it? Found something?
In this van, look. Open the door a bit further. Look, there on the floor.
It was the body of Ferret, the cleaning leather still stretched across his face. Steed removed it gently.
One of the tricks of the trade, eh?
I told you he wasn't at Cypher HQ.
That's what they said about Jarrett, wasn't it? Shh. Someone's coming. Down.
Time to take him home, I reckon.
Anything special?
Well, pop him in a bath, I reckon. Could look like an accident.
Right. How about tomorrow? Still on?
Of course it is. Tomorrow's yesterday again, if you get my meaning. Open the gate.
Steed and Mrs. Peel crouched back in the shadows as Maskin backed the truck with Ferret's body in it out of the yard.
But what does it mean? Steed, I swear they couldn't have been at the HQ. I was watching those files all day and nothing happened.
Except that it rained.
Yeah. And I forgot the Q file.
What's that?
Oh, nothing. But I've got the strangest feeling as though today didn't happen at all.
Well, then tomorrow we'll make certain. Every 30 minutes you phone me, no matter what.
And if I stop phoning you?
I'll be there, post haste. And I'll make sure I don't walk under any ladders.
Next morning, Mrs. Peel reported for duty at the Cypher HQ.
Good morning, Mr. Webster. Do you want the Q file?
Oh, yes. Must get on with it today. Oh, but first, may I have your attention, please, everyone in this department? May I have your attention, please? I think I should tell you all now that the output from the cipher and decoding departments has deteriorated remarkably over the last week. While I realize that the work is demanding and accuracy is vital, there is no excuse for the lack of effort. I trust you will all do what you can to rectify this situation without delay. That's all.
I don't know why he's so upset. Everyone's working the same as always.
Mr. Murray, did it rain yesterday?
Yes, of course it did.
And the day before?
Miserable. What's that got to do with it?
Just a thought. Hello, Steve.
You guessed. How's the weather, Mrs. Peel?
Changeable.
Splendid. Keep in touch.
By the way, it might be worth having another look at those photographs.
Any particular reason?
According to Webster, nothing gets done here anymore.
Well, in that case, Mrs. Peel, we mustn't waste time in idle chatter. Back to the wheel, eh? Just keep in touch. Bye.
Mrs. Peel did. At 10 o'clock, she phoned Steve.
10 o'clock? All's well.
Any faces at the window?
Not at the moment.
Personal calls are not encouraged, Mrs. Peel. Do you mind?
Oh, sorry, Mr. Webster. Face at the office door. Bye, Steve.
There were no ladders placed against the wall of the building that morning, but out along a country highway, the van of classy glass cleaners stopped, and Vickers and Maskin took down a steel ladder and propped it up against a telephone pole. A few other men watched as Vickers climbed the ladder and made some adjustments to the wiring. Then he yelled down.
Okay, the line's blocked. Good. Harper and Young, cover the road. Davis and Waller, in the trees at the back there.
Same as before, sir. Scare them off.
Yeah, unless John Steed shows his face.
John Steed was more than a little baffled. 3 men from MI-12 had been killed, all, Steed suspected, by someone who worked for the Classy Glass Cleaning Co. But how and why, and what it had all got to do with the British Cypher headquarters, was still a mystery. Mrs. Peel had been planted in the HQ to keep a watchful eye on the staff, but far from throwing any light on matters, Mrs. Peel herself seemed to have turned extremely forgetful. Steed didn't like it one little bit. The only clues he had were 3 photographs taken by Jarrett before he died. 3 photographs of the Cypher headquarters. 1 exterior shot, which showed one of the window cleaning vans parked in the forecourt, and 2 interior shots. One of George Webster, the man in charge, and the other of Murray, the security man. Steed had a projector and had blown the prints up to a large size.
And yet I'm darned if I can see anything unusual about them. The cleaning van must be implicated in some way, but what way? What about this? Security man Murray leaning against a desk, smoking. Or at least with a cigarette in his hand. And Weston himself sitting at his desk with an inane look on his silly face. None of it's very helpful. Now, where's that magnifying glass? Still don't understand. Wait a minute. My smoking, his hands, cigarette looks as though it's right up against his fingers, burning his fingers. Yeah, one of the fingers has got a piece of surgical tape round it. Now, what intelligent man would stand there and let a cigarette burn his fingers unless...
Got an idea, Steve? About time.
Hello, operator. That number, Cypher HQ at Lessington.
Sorry, sir, the line is out of order.
Blast. Can't be out of order. The security line 010 is also unattainable. It just can't be. What now?
Better get going, Steve. And on the road near Lessington, a crowd of window cleaners went about their business.
Hello? Yeah. Right. Reporting all clear at the gate of the Cypher HQ, Maskin.
Right, Vickers. All masks on their men and into the vans. Yeah, all right. Usual drill. No opposition. Right. Classic approach. Right. Have we go. Come on, get over there. All right, then.
The men departed to their various vans. They boarded them, the engines started up, and the vans pulled off. To the casual bystander, it was merely a fleet of window-cleaning vans off to a rather big job. Approaching the Cypher headquarters sometime later, a guard stepped out and challenged the leading van.
Hello? Will you please say your passes?
Well, of course. Take a good look, friend. This is your pass.
Maskin wound down the window and pointed the nose of a tube straight into the guard's face. A spurt of white vapor shot into the guard's face.
Right, I'll take care of the main entrance. Make sure they hit those ventilators fast.
Right. Come on, men. Here we go.
Other vans appeared and drove straight through the open gates. Within a matter of minutes, steel ladders were propped against the walls and white-coated cleaners climbed onto the roofs. From their buckets, they took small cylinders.
Right, this is a big one, Bill. Better make sure your mask is okay.
Right. Right. Okay.
Show it off one.
All over the building, they released the gas into the ventilation shafts. The effect upon the inmates was immediate. They froze in their tracks, stood or sat exactly where they were, quite immobile. Maskin and 3 of his men entered the main building without opposition.
Right, then. That's enough of it. Open the windows. Shut! All right, give it a few minutes.
Where shall we right now? I think we'll take the masks off.
Yeah, it's cleared up. All right, masks off in, men.
That's a bit better. We'll breathe a little easier now.
Well, yeah. Right, you 3 men come with me. The filing cabinets will be opened. Everything photographed. Vickers, see to the dictaphone unit.
Right, come on, men. Look lively.
Okay, right. Come on now. We're going to get these files open. I want to finish the old job today. Okay. Vickers, open that cabinet. The top secret one.
Right.
Yeah, that's it. Every of these files got to be photographed at once.
In the inner office, Emma Peel sat near George Webster's desk. They were both staring silently in front of them. Emma Peel had a notebook on her knee. The door opened and Vickers came in. He placed a dictaphone on the desk, connected it, and grinned as he pressed the starting button.
The time is 10:30, and it has just begun to rain. It is a perfectly normal, perfectly ordinary day, and work continues as it would on any ordinary day. It is now 11:15, raining quite heavily now, but still a perfectly ordinary day.
Vickers grinned again, left the machine running and closed the door. John Steed was not fool enough to approach the Cypher headquarters by the main entrance. Once he noticed the fleet of cleaning vans in the forecourt, he headed for the woods at the back of the building and moved stealthily through them. One of the classy glass guards was foolish enough to light a cigarette. As he struck the match, the hook of Steed's umbrella came round the tree, fastened itself round the man's neck, and pulled him back viciously against the tree trunk.
Smoking on duty? Oh, very bad for the throat and lungs. Like this.
A short while after, Steed, in the white overalls of a cleaner, walked confidently up to one of the armed guards on duty.
What's wrong? Anything wrong out there in the woods?
Good morning. I don't think so.
What?
What the devil are you doing with that umbrella?
This?
Oh, that.
Well brollied, Steed. Steed, swinging his very useful umbrella, walked confidently into the main building, where the high-speed photography of all top-secret papers was going ahead quite smoothly.
How many more to go? The last lot now. A perfect operation.
Now, I'm getting hungry. Murray sandwiches.
Vickers approached Murray's desk. The security man was staring down at a pad in his hand and didn't move when Vickers opened the top drawer of his desk and removed a package of sandwiches.
You like one, Maskin? Ham and chutney. Good.
No, thanks, no. Time to check our patients now.
Oh, gas will hold them for another hour yet.
Maskin walked into Webster's office. There was a pause and...
Oh, try this for size.
Steed dropped a window cleaning pail on Maskin's head. Picking him up, threw him across the room.
What the... It's Steed. Oh, get...
Never speak with your mouth full, old chap.
Here, get him!
Back in Webster's office, Steed locked the door. The dictaphone was still monotonously droning out its message.
It is now 35 minutes past 3, and the rain has stopped. But the skies are still cloudy, and it is a perfect...
Steed switched off the dictaphone and spoke rapidly into it.
Listen carefully, Mrs. Peel. I shall count up to 3, and you'll wake in a perfectly normal way. 1, 2, 3. Wake up.
Steed slipped a pair of headphones over Mrs. Peel's ears and switched on the dictaphone. 3 seconds later...
Oh, Steve, hello.
A busy day, Mrs. Peel?
Not particularly. Nothing really interesting happened, really. What the devil's that?
Funny you think it so dull. Watch out!
2 men rushed in. Steed dodged one, hit the second hard. Mrs. Peel, not to be left out, seized the first one, got a good hold, and threw him through the window.
What happened to cause all that, Steed?
Sleeping on the job, Mrs. Peel. Assisted by the latest line in hypnotic gases. Come on, let's see if we can't get Mother.
Stay where you are, Steed. That'll be quite sufficient.
Lava. Might have known. Chap who owns classy glass. Well, I suppose someone had to train these types to kill as well as clean.
You've caused us a great deal of trouble. But your mistake was meeting us on our own ground. Now, don't move. This gun is loaded.
And you've got them all. Jarrett, Peters, and Ferret.
Hardly disturb the office routine. That's the beauty of hypnotics. People only see what they want to see.
Well, it is useful, I agree. You'll just climb in any window and no one blinks an eye.
Exactly. Even when I pull this trigger, Steed, no one will react.
Sorry, old chap, but you've forgotten the cardinal rule for window cleaners.
What's that?
Never leave your ladder unattended.
Mrs. Peel, who had been standing near the window, had seized the end of it and pulled it into the room. Lava turned, Steed knocked the gun out of his hand and hit him. Mrs. Peel pulled the whole ladder into the room and dropped it on Lava's head.
So he was behind it all. That's the man. What up?
A snake in the grass? Well, yes, naturally. I mean, with all these ladders about, there's bound to be a snake somewhere. Care for lunch on this perfectly ordinary day, Mrs. Peel?
Gosh, Mary, you're lucky to have such a hard-working servant. What do you mean? I haven't got a maid. Well, how on earth do you manage to keep your floors so clean and shiny? That's easy. I use Dual. Dual? Yes, Dual. The self-shining floor cleaner. It's so easy because Dual cleans and polishes in one go. How do you mean? Well, Dual lifts all the dirt out of the floor and dries to a bright, long-lasting shine, all by itself. So when you use Dual, you don't have to worry about polishing. No, Dual cleans and polishes in one go.
Once an Omo user, always an Omo user. So many housewives like Mrs. Adnall say.
I wash every single thing in cold water, Omo. Anything that's washable come out spotlessly clean.
Yes, Omo cleans best.
The Avengers.
Listen every evening, Monday to Friday, to John Steed and Emma Peel, The Avengers, brought to you by the makers of Cold Water Omo.
Now, from the makers of Cold Water Omo,
in the clear night sky, the planet Venus glowed warmly. The observatory was hot. Ernest Cosgrove, seated in his shirt sleeves before the large telescope, paused in his work to wipe his brow with a clean handkerchief. In his early 20s, with a mop of black hair falling into his eyes, he had an expression of keen concentration on his lean face. He made a couple of notes on a pad and chewed reflectively on a half-finished beef sandwich. Returning to his work, he adjusted the focus of the camera attachment and pressed the button.
That should do it. Whew, it's hot.
On the tray, next to the plate with the sandwich, was a glass of beer, 2/3 full. A heavy froth clung to the sides of the glass. The bubbles in the beer kept rising. Cosgrove, intent upon his work, hardly noticed the strange noise that began to fill the room. He reached out for the beer glass, touched it, and reacted with a sharp cry of pain. The liquid in the glass was boiling. The reverberating sound became louder. Cosgrove stared at the glass incredulously. There was a sudden sharp explosion. Cosgrove was knocked from his chair. He lay sprawled in a crumpled heap under the telescope. His black hair had quite suddenly turned snowy white.
The Avengers. John Steed and Emma Peel, The Avengers.
So many housewives have discovered that the cleaning power of cold water Omo gives them sparkling clean results. Mrs. Joyce Whelan of East London has this to say.
I tried it, and it works beautifully. I tried it on my children's clothes, on the general wash, and I noticed straight away that things were cleaner. Since then, I've used nothing else but cold water Omo.
Once an Omo user, always an Omo user. Omo cleans best.
Walls Ice Cream presents the new Pink Pussycat song.
We've got strawberry and vanilla, half and half. That's fun inside. White milky chocolate the way you like. All over the outside. We're Walls Pink Pussycat now.
Episode 1 of this story, in which John Steed and Emma Peel start seeing stars and find that some amateur astronomers are getting invitations from Venus with love. John Steed and Emma Peel were celebrating having nothing at all to do. It was a very welcome change, and one that they both knew wouldn't last all that long. They dined in the country, and returning to town on this very hot night, they'd found a pleasant spot on a roof garden restaurant for a final nightcap.
Splendid night, Steve.
Starry, Mrs. Peel, starry.
I was, meaning the evening's entertainment.
Well, for you, Mrs. Peel, it's starry.
Thank you.
Another glass of wine?
Oh, I don't think so, thank you. Just how long will this last?
Usually until morning. Trouble's bound to crop up sooner or later. It always does.
I prefer it to be later. Oh, look, a shooting star, see it?
They always seem to get away from me. Sure it wasn't imagination?
No. It was a meteorite, all right.
Well, life is filled with unidentified objects.
Mr. Steve?
And you're not one of them, Steve.
Telephone call for you, Mr. Steve.
How the devil could anyone know that I'm here?
Well, they must know your haunts. You better take it. It doesn't have to be trouble.
But of course it was. It was Mother. And a request that Steed stop stargazing with Mrs. Peel and hurry over to Cosgrove's observatory. Nothing had been touched except that the body of Ernest Cosgrove had been delicately covered with a sheet. Steed turned the corner back with the end of his umbrella.
That's young Cosgrove, all right.
Did he trip or was he pushed?
Neither, it seems. Not a mark on him.
Was he important?
Up and coming, according to Mother. Worked in the War Ministry. One of the brighter young lads.
Young? With snow-white hair? He looks
About 60. Not, though. Half that age.
Any idea what he was working on?
Stargazing in general. And from these notes, observing Venus in particular. Seem to have been photographing the planet. Here, look.
They're fogged.
Yeah, so am I at the moment. A young man in the War Ministry takes up astronomy. Dies with no apparent signs of violence, and his hair goes white. Now, what's this? Venus, our sister planet. And written inside, Sir Frederick Hadley. Well, I suppose he'd better be our next step.
Very curious death, Steve, as you say. Is there anyone like this?
So far, Mrs. Peel. So far.
It didn't take long to trace the home of Sir Frederick Hadley. He wasn't in bed. In fact, he was sitting in his study, a room that reflected a man of means. A mass of books, charts, and diagrams covered the floor and the walls. From the open window poked the head of a telescope. Sir Frederick accepted the telephone call from Steed, assured him that he would be available for an interview at any time, and returned to his work. He focused the telescope on Venus and pressed the button marked Automatic. The camera started clicking. Sir Frederick hummed softly to himself and poured out a whiskey and soda. At that moment, John Steed and Emma Peel arrived. Sir Frederick reached out a hand and released the door catch, saying into the speaker,
"Come in. Find your own way up."
Not bothering to get to his feet, he reached out for his whiskey. The glass was burning hot, the liquid boiling. He let it go with a yell.
Ah!
The room seemed suddenly filled with noise. Just too late, Steed.
Too late, Mrs. Peel.
Dead?
At least we know the exact time. A matter of seconds ago, we both heard his voice telling us to come in.
I also heard something else. Curious sort of whining noise. Unusual sound. Almost like something from outer space. Has Sir Frederick always had white hair?
Can't say. Manner of death is identical to Cosgrove's. We know there must have been a connection between them. They're both keen astronomers.
Mrs. Peel moved over to the telescope and peered through it.
Both had their eyes on Venus, too. Both filming at the same time, the time of death.
I think we might take that roll of film and have it developed.
You think it might show some bug-eyed monster in a flying saucer?
Well, whatever he was looking at shouldn't have frightened him to death. From the little I know of Hadley, he was a remarkably tough business tycoon.
Steed and Mrs. Peel made a thorough search of the study.
He seems to have strange pen friends.
Oh?
This letter. Dear Freddie, had a message from Venus. Next meeting Friday the 13th.
Ominous. Is it signed?
Yes, Bert. And a card. Bert Smith's chimney sweep. 24-hour service, anytime, anywhere. 11 Hembridge Road, London.
Anytime, anywhere. Well, that gives you a nice task in the morning, doesn't it, Mrs. Peel? I'll tidy up in here and get the films developed. You find out where Mr. Smith is sweeping and what he knows about that message from Venus. There's got to be a connection somewhere along the line.
Mrs. Peel found that Bert Smith was working at a house in the country, a large house with many large chimneys. The owner was out, wisely leaving everything covered with dust sheets. Mr. Smith turned out to be a happy chimney sweep.
Mr. Smith! Hello there! Mr. Smith! Hello there!
Mr. Smith's begrimed face appeared from under a plastic sheet which covered the open grate.
Anyone call?
He made a full entrance into the room with a cloud of soot.
Oh, good morning. I was looking for Bert Smith.
Ah, then look no further, dear lady, for I am he.
Mr. Smith doffed a filthy old cap with an elegant flourish.
I don't believe I've had the pleasure.
Peel. Mrs. Emma Peel.
How do you do?
Mr. Smith extended a grimy hand, then withdrew it apologetically.
Pardon me, ma'am.
And wiped it with a brush from his pocket. They shook hands.
You appear to be somewhat startled.
I am rather. Frankly, when I read your card, I didn't expect
Ah, gentlemen. The name that fooled you, Bert Smith? Well, actually, see, it's Bertram Fortescue Winthrop Smythe, to be absolutely correct. I had to change it, of course.
Of course.
Oh, firstly, it was far too long to print on the card. Just didn't go on. And more important, such a name is a terrible disadvantage in this business.
Oh.
Of course. Who ever heard of anyone having their chimney swept by a Fortescue Winthrop Smythe?
Oh, indeed.
It's sheer prejudice, Mrs. Beale. They'll have me in for cocktails, but if I ever go near their chimneys...
You're out?
Ostracized.
Social death.
Quite. Terribly unfair, too. After all, sweeping chimneys is all I'm fitted for. It's the only thing I know. Fact, family tradition. Man and boy, we've been chasing up chimneys since William the Conqueror. Sir Matthew Fortescue Winthrop Smythe was actually knighted for services rendered to Queen Anne's flu. But, dally on. Dear lady, how ill-mannered of me. I didn't ask your business here. Is it a maladjusted smokestack?
I hope not.
A bothersome burner, perhaps?
Actually, it's Sir Frederick Hadley.
Old Freddie Hadders, You're a friend of his.
I've met him in more of a professional capacity.
Professional? Then you must be interested in astronomy. How perfectly marvelous. Then we are in sympathy.
We are? I mean, we are.
Well, naturally. Astronomy is my second love. After chimneys, of course. But the two things go hand in hand, really. After all, in my position, sweeping chimneys, the thing I see most of is the sky. Glinting away at the top of a brick stack, a long flue or a triple stack, tiny patch of sky up there. What's more natural than that I should become interested in astronomy?
Oh, it had to happen.
Are you going to become a member of the BVS?
BVS?
We all are, you know, all the enthusiasts. That reminds me, I'll probably be on watching duty tonight.
Watching what?
Venus, of course. For the BVS. The British Venusian Society. Oh, dear lady, I insist that you join. And it'll change your whole life. You'll never be the same again.
John Steed and Emma Peel had investigated the curious death of Ernest Cosgrove, a young man who was also interested in astronomy. Cosgrove had been found dead in his observatory, lying under the telescope, with his hair turned snow white. Later, Steed and Mrs. Peel had arrived at the home of Sir Frederick Hadley, just too late to prevent him dying in an identical fashion. The next morning, Mrs. Peel followed up on a clue that led her to Mr. Bertram Fortescue Winthrop Smythe, otherwise known as Bert Smith, chimney sweep. She was telephoning Steed from the hallway of the country house where Bert Smith was working on the chimneys when she heard a strange sound from the other room.
Mrs. Peel? Mrs. Peel, what is it?
I don't know, Steed. Some sort of terrible noise. Like that outer space stuff we heard. Hold on.
Mrs. Peel threw down the telephone and ran into the room where Bert Smith was sweeping the chimney. He wasn't. He was lying in the open grate among the dust sheets, his brushes and poles scattered over the room. He was dead, all right. And from under the rim of his cloth cap appeared a wisp of white hair. The soot which had fallen from the chimney covered his body like snow. Mrs. Peel gazed down at him in utter bewilderment. Then she heard it, the strange sound that seemed to be coming from the sky outside. Mrs. Peel ran to the window. There, at the entrance to the driveway, was a bright light moving away. Get after it, Mrs. Peel. Out on the open road, Mrs. Peel was able to put on some speed. There was no traffic about, luckily, and the car responded like a rocket. A bright object ahead seemed partly obscured in the dust. Mrs. Peel swung after it down a lane. A blinding light reflected back onto Mrs. Peel's windscreen. It glared straight into her eyes, dazzling, searing. She couldn't see. It was as though she was driving into an enormous ball of fire. She couldn't control the car. Some minutes later, Mrs. Peel, hands shielding her eyes, crawled out of her car. She gazed across the fields. There, in the next meadow, a man appeared to be on fire. It was a scarecrow, ablaze. Of the strange object, there was no sign. In the inner office of the British Venusian Society, a slim, neat young man walked swiftly over to a large, modern desk and addressed the person sitting behind it.
Venus, the man called Steed has arrived.
Does he look prosperous?
Extremely.
And show him in, Crawford. Show him in.
A few minutes later...
This way, Mr. Steed.
Oh, thank you.
Steed followed the young man and stopped at the desk. He found himself looking at a stunning young woman in her late 20s. She was blonde, but far from dumb. She was engrossed in a mass of documents, adding up columns of figures with the concentration of a high-powered business executive. She looked up and said briskly,
I'm Venus Brown, Brown with an E.
John Steed, with 2 E's.
I'm the company secretary. Find a comfortable seat.
I've found one.
Steed perched himself on the edge of her desk.
I gather, Mr. Steed, that you wish to...
Apply for membership.
Yes, I'm afraid we're a very small, select group.
Oh, good. I do abhor overcrowding.
With stringent rules.
Which I shall observe unfailingly.
And a very high subscription.
Sky's the limit, to coin a phrase. We are not composed of elderly eccentrics, Mr. Steed.
Steed eyed Miss Brown's slim figure.
I can see that. We choose our membership with great care. Indeed.
To begin with, you're a keen astronomer.
Dedicated. I cut my teeth on the telescope.
Your occupation?
Well, I follow in my father's footsteps. He has spent his life depositing money. I spend mine withdrawing it.
An enviable pastime. I think perhaps...
You're familiar with our activities, Mr. Steed. Firstly, we oppose the present space program. I didn't know we had one.
But we shall have. We shall.
We don't want our efforts to be squandered on the moon. Our target is the planet Venus. There's evidence it could support life.
We believe it does support life.
For years, we've detected radio signals. From Venus? From that direction.
Our members are on nightly watch for any signs of life. There's the duty roster.
Lord Mansfield, Sir Frederick Hadley, Bertram Smith, Major Whitehead. Have they spotted anything of late? Flashes of white.
Look at this model of Venus, Mr. Steed. Do you see the planet is shrouded in cloud? Distorted, mysterious, remote. Behind those clouds are beings, Mr. Steed.
Friendly ones, I hope.
Come closer. Who can say? Do you like what you see, Mr. Steed?
Oh, very much.
Keep your mind on your work, Steed.
Is it going to be very expensive for me?
Perhaps. Launching any sort of private exploration always is.
We can't hope to compete with the major powers. Our aim is a small satellite. We'll still need the know-how.
We have it. I was trained at Jodrell Bank. Mr. Crawford here is a radio astronomer, and we've a host of others.
Venus is extremely persuasive. Good. I mean, good for you. We've acquired the backing of the Cuthbert Foundation.
But we shall still have to lean heavily on our members.
Oh, splendid. I have very broad shoulders. Want to check now?
We'll gladly accept a contribution after your election, Mr. Steed. First, You must have an eye test.
Eye test?
One false sighting would discredit the society.
Well, look here, I took a first at Bisley.
We make no exceptions, Mr. Steed. I suggest you visit our Dr. Primble at once.
Well, if you say so, Miss Brown. It is Miss Brown, isn't it?
Yes, Miss Brown.
Oh, well, in that case, yes, to your Dr. Primble, at once.
While Steed was enjoying his first visit to the offices of the British Venusian Society, Mrs. Peel was having a far less pleasant day. She was walking over the fields, looking for traces of the strange flying object that had nearly wrecked her car. The burning scarecrow had long since burned itself out. A group of farm buildings had now taken her interest. Was it just sunlight that appeared to be reflected back from the windows? Mrs. Peel approached a large barn.
Anyone in here?
A sudden glare of sunlight shot into her eyes.
Ouch! Ooh. Oh, an old cracked mirror nailed to the oak beam. It's bales of straw, nothing but straw. That noise yet again. What the devil is it? It's all around me. It's coming from above? Outside? No, it can't. Burning. Something's burning. The straw, the bales, they're alight. Fire! Fire! Fire!
Mrs. Peel made for the nearest window to raise the alarm, and there, moving down the field away from her, was the same strange space object. Better leave it alone this time, Mrs. Peel. You've got trouble enough. Steed, in his car, tried to raise Mrs. Peel on her car radio. After some time...
Steed?
Ah, Mrs. Peel, about time. Where have you been?
Chasing an unidentified object.
Unidentified object?
Well, that's vernacular, isn't it? A ball of bright light? A thing?
From outer space?
From out of barn, actually. Look, you're not trapping me into any sort of opinion about it. It was just, well, very, very strange and like nothing I've ever seen before. What have you been up to?
Well, that'd be telling. I've been with Venus. Venus Brown with an E. She's the company secretary. She's one of these unique type Venuses. She's got arms, amongst other things.
Is that a fact? What else?
Oh, lots. I'm working on it.
Well, I'll give you another fact, Steve. Our gentleman sweep is dead. Same format. Even the soot turned white.
I see. Well, Bert Smith's name was one of the 5 names on the duty roster of the British Venusian Society. 3 of the 5 are now dead. The other 2 are Lord Mansford and a Major Whitehead. You'd better get on to them before somebody else does. Try Mansford first.
And what are you going to be doing, might I ask?
Oh, me? Well, I can't do anything until I've had my eyes tested.
Oh, all right. Be good.
Oh, I'll be good.
Good. John Steed had very much enjoyed his visit to the British Venusian Society. The main reason for his enjoyment were the undoubted charms of the secretary, Venus Brown. Miss Brown was a dish, and Steed privately thought that if he could keep Mrs. Peel on the outside investigations, the inside work should be as agreeable as any he'd had for a long time. It was because he insisted on becoming a full member of the society that Venus had recommended he had his eyes tested. It seemed that all would-be astronomers were subjected to this. Steed didn't mind. He dropped in at Dr. Henry Primble's surgery later that morning, tapping gently on the frosted glass panel with the tip of his umbrella. No reply. Steed tried the door, which was unlocked, and entered. The surgery was filled with a conglomeration of bizarre equipment,
including examination chairs, an operating table, plus an array of tall test cards on wheels. Steed stepped forward, but an urgent voice stopped him.
No, stay where you are. Don't move.
Steed halted. He looked to the left, to the right, up at the ceiling, and then eventually down on the floor. A head appeared from behind the ophthalmic chair, a large dome head. The gentleman in question was wearing a binocular loupe, the lenses like elongated antennae. Steed thought he looked like something from outer space, another unidentified object, but he risked the question. Dr. Primble, I presume?
You presume right. Kindly do not move your feet.
What do we seem to have lost?
Contact lens down here somewhere.
Would that be it? Steed extended the tip of his umbrella and pointed to a position about an inch away from Primble's rather large nose.
Yes, that's it. Oh, much obliged to you, sir. Yes, that's better. Now, my glasses. Had them somewhere.
Steed reached out and withdrew Primble's glasses from his white coat pocket and handed them to him.
Yes, again. Much obliged to you, Mr. Steed. I've never heard of any Steeds in the business.
I'm not in the business.
I see. A patient. Have you an appointment?
No.
Then I can't see you. Never see anyone without an appointment.
Well, can I make one?
Certainly you can. When?
Steed looked at the wall calendar. It said Friday the 13th. And then at his watch, it said 11:45. How about Friday the 13th at 11:45?
Yes, suits me nicely, Mr. Steed. Take a seat.
Mrs. Peel, determined not to spend another day chasing things that looked as though they came from outer space, made for Lord Mansford's residence. Lord Mansford was issuing orders to his man, Jennings.
I shall not wish to be disturbed, Jennings.
Very good, sir.
I intend spending the rest of the morning with my art treasures.
An agreeable way of spending an hour.
You will see everything behind me?
Of course, sir.
Yes. Thank you, Dick. Thank you.
Lord Mansford, a heavily built man in his early 60s, smoothed down his red hair, brushed the mutton chop-styled moustache back with a freckled hand, and made for a large vault.
Set the release for 1 o'clock. If you let me out at 1, understand?
1 o'clock, sir. Lunch at 1:15. I shall set the alarms.
So when Mrs. Peel arrived, she was told...
I'm very sorry, Mrs. Peel. Afraid you've just missed Lord Mansford.
Oh, too bad. When will he be back?
Oh, he isn't out.
Oh, but I thought you said...
He's in. Very much in. He's in his vault, you see. Through that vault door, it leads to another wing. He's perusing his art treasures.
In a vault?
Security. There's a time lock. No one gets in, and he can't get out until the clock strikes 1.
Oh, got just about an hour.
If Madame would care to wait. I was in the process of mixing an ice-cold, non-alcoholic punch. You'd be very welcome. Then, perhaps, luncheon with Lord Mansford.
It sounds extremely civilized. Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, Steve, over to you. I'm putting my feet up for an hour. I sincerely hope you're not doing the same.
But he was, in Primble's surgery.
Feet up a little higher, please, Mr. Steed.
Is it really necessary to lie prone in order to have one's eyes tested?
Better lighting. Now, read the test card from the top. Identify all the hats. From the top, please.
Trilby, Homburg, bowler, jockey cap, pork pie, topper, boater, Busby, Fed.
Oh, bravo. Excellent.
Well, that's what I told Miss Brown. May I get up?
Into the chair, please. Feet up.
Thank heavens I don't wear glasses.
Now, let's see.
Primble shot out a foot, the ophthalmic chair tilted back with a jerk, Primble peered down into Steed's face, directing a pen torch towards Steed's eyes.
Yes, now let's see. So, you hope to join us, Mr. Steed?
Can't wait.
Look up to the left. Yes. Now the right.
I can actually cross them if that'll help.
No. Have you seen Miss Brown's new book, Venus, Our Sister Planet?
Got a copy on order.
It's become the handbook for the society. Though, to be honest, I find it a trifle disturbing.
Oh, in what way?
Well, if there is life on Venus, it's not the life as we know it is.
At a rough guess, no.
It's hot up there, you know. Very hot.
It's quite hot down here at the moment.
I mean, it's too hot for humans. Of course, life can exist in many forms, solid, liquid, or gas. I plump for gas myself, yes. Fiery gas.
Interesting.
Yes. Well, Mr. Steed, your eyes are perfect.
Well, I knew they were.
Welcome to the fold. Oh, and here's a copy of Miss Brown's little book.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
There on the cover is her impression of a Venusian.
Oh, how very extraordinary. Steed gazed at the photographic cover of the book and then drew from his pocket several bromide prints. How strange. They're almost identical.
Good gracious. Mr. Steed, where did you get these?
Taken with an astro camera last night.
Good gracious. Oh, this could be catastrophic.
Why? What's the matter?
I warned them. I warned Venus and Crawford. I warned them all.
Warned them? What about?
Oh, this satellite to Venus. If you plan to invade a strange world, they might follow suit and invade us. Looking at these photographs, perhaps they already have.
Venusian Society. Venus Brown speaking.
Dr. Primble here. Hello, Venus. I phoned to tell you that John Steed is perfectly okay.
Thank you, Doctor. There you are, Crawford. I knew he was okay.
His eyesight might be. There was obviously nothing wrong with the way he was looking at you.
I gave him a copy of your book, but he already has photographs taken with an astro camera. Shots of the planet Venus.
But where did he get them from?
I don't know. Said they were taken last night. Thought you should know.
Yes. Yes, thank you, Doctor. We'll be in touch. Goodbye.
What is it now? More interference?
I don't know. But perhaps you could be right about Steed after all.
Mrs. Peel, relaxing at Lord Mansford's home, sipped her cold punch with great appreciation.
Splendid punch, Jenkins.
Thank you, ma'am. I'm glad it is to your liking. Lord Mansford will not be long. It is nearly 1 o'clock. The vault is fully automatic and infallible.
Mrs. Peel placed the glass down on a table near the vault wall. She was surprised to see that the small glass swizzle stick was tinkling against the rim. The tinkling grew louder, and then Mrs. Peel became aware of another sound coming from within the vault. Jenkins also heard the noise. He looked at the clock on the vault door. A couple of minutes to go. Inside the vault, Lord Mansford clapped his hands over his ears. The whole house seemed filled with the screaming sound. Then everything happened at once. There was a blinding flash. The vault clock rang and the door slid open. Jenkins and Mrs. Peel rushed into the vault.
This way, Mrs. Peel. There. He must be.
There he is. In the corner.
That can't be Lord Mansford. He's changed.
But it was Lord Mansford. His face was rigid, lifeless, his hair and mutton chop moustache vividly white. Emma Peel was completely confused by the activities of the British Venusian Society. Acting upon instructions from John Steed, she'd been trying to get in touch with outside members of the society. They were usually rich, influential members. And by the time Mrs. Peel got to them, they were usually dead. John Steed, on the other hand, was having a far less strenuous time and should have known exactly what was going on. He didn't. Although he'd so far passed all the membership tests and met a few of the members, including the eccentric Dr. Primble. But the two heads of the organization still seemed to be Crawford, a radio astronomer who made it clear that he didn't like Steed, and Venus Brown, the society's secretary, who made it clear that she did. At least Steed thought that was the impression he was getting. One thing was sure, Venus was living up to her name.
Is that drink to your taste, Mr. Steed?
Delectable.
A little more ice? Oh, it's so hot today. I mixed the drink myself, though only I know the ingredients. What do you think is in it?
It couldn't be a love potion.
Well, there is passion fruit in it.
Oh, splendid.
Well, let's get down to things.
Already, before it's had a chance to work.
Down to business. Dr. Primble says you've passed all the tests.
That's right. All reactions normal and ready to go.
He also says that you have special shots of films taken with an astro camera, which will be of interest to our society.
Huh? Oh, I don't know, just amateur fumbling at the moment.
You're not good at it.
Amateur fumbling? Well, I suppose I am amateur, you know.
British Venusian Society, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Is it possible to speak to Mr. John Steed, please?
Very well. Hold on. For you, Mr. Steed. A woman.
Ah, well, they dog my footsteps, you know. It's a passion fruit. Hello?
Steed?
Ah, Aphrodite. When did you get back?
Steed, what are you talking about? Can you meet me straight away?
Charmed.
Lord Mansford's house. It's happened again, Steed.
Again?
Yes. No time for more. Hurry up. Goodbye.
Bye. A Greek girl, I know. Just popped out of the sea. Insists that we meet. Oh, excuse me, won't you? Bye, Miss Brown, or may I call you Venus? Bye for now. In Lord Mansford's home, Mrs. Peel stood with Jenkins the butler in front of the open vault. They were looking at some photographic prints when Steed joined them.
Tragedy, dreadful tragedy. How could it have happened?
Photos of the scene of the crime?
Strangely enough, yes. Lord Mansford kept all his art treasures in there. There was this door which sealed the place off.
When the young lady arrived, Lord Mansford was having a quiet hour with his collection. The timing device on the door was set to let him out at exactly 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock came, and zoom, the usual story. We got in to find him dead.
These prints taken by an automatic security camera set inside the vault door.
Mm-hmm. Looks familiar.
Like a fireball against a dark background.
Like the shots from Sir Frederick Hadley's camera and the cover of Venus Brown's book. Let's have a closer look. Steed walked into the vault and examined the gaping hole in the vault wall. 6 inches of solid steel. Now, what the devil could have cut through that?
Something did. Something more powerful than we can guess.
Venusians?
I've seen so many strange sights like this in the last few days. Who knows? After all, we've got to the moon. Something's bound to arrive here one day. Has anything leaked out?
Not a word. Complete security block.
And that duty rota? There's still one man left alive. Brigadier Whitehead.
Whitehead? Asking for trouble with a name like that.
Did you get in touch with him?
Tried. His phone must be permanently off the hook. Brigadier Whitehead's phone was off the hook. The Brigadier was working. That meant he was living in the past, or rather, reliving past glories. Working on his memoirs, not writing a book, compiling a soundtrack.
Yes, that's about the volume I want. Now, where was I? Yes. Microphone on. That's it. As you can hear, gentlemen, 0 hour is fast approaching. Invasion is imminent. We must counterattack without delay. You've had your operational orders. You, Major Collins, will lead the 1st Battalion. You, Captain Smith, will follow through with the 2nd. And you, Lieutenant, will command the support company.
Brigadier Whitehead drew himself up to his full height and clicked his heels into the nearest microphone.
That's all, gentlemen, and good luck.
The Brigadier whipped smartly over to a bank of turntables, selected one, and started it under his next speech.
As my officers departed, I drove up to the front. Shells were exploding all round. Now, let me see. Where did I put that damn record of the shells? Ah, yes, here we are. The inferno broke out. And suddenly, all the guns were silent. There was just the grey sky and the mud. Not a sound.
Brigadier! Brigadier Whitehead!
At last. Come in.
I'm so sorry to disturb you, Brigadier. I did ring the doorbell. There seems to be quite a bit of noise going on.
Yes, quite.
Oh, by the looks of the place, I'm intruding. But your phone is off the hook.
I know. It was taken off the hook.
Oh, I see. You're, still on your memoirs? How's it coming on?
Oh, very well, very well. I've new equipment. Hope to cut a long player on the invasion of Italy. Now, I got to the point where we just landed at Catania. Yes, it was at this point that a messenger drove up. Let me show you. Now, just hold this pickup and put it on when I tell you. Now. I tore open the dispatch. News. Bad. I'd lost my battalion commander. I had to reach Ogu. I grabbed the messenger's bike and raced towards headquarters. Suddenly, under the wheels, a grenade exploded. Drop the pickup. Now.
Oh, no.
I jumped for cover.
This?
No. Wrong effect. Cut. Oh. Better take a break. Care for a drink, Venus?
I'd rather have a generous contribution to the Society's funds.
Another contribution?
Well, if we're to launch our satellite...
You've already had 20,000.
That wouldn't even pay the fuel bill.
It would pay a few of mine.
Listen, Brigadier, I'm only a woman.
No, none of that. Before I dig any deeper, I'd like a peep at the accounts.
Accounts?
Treasurer's report. Hadley and Mansford are of the same mind. We'd like to see where the money is going.
Well, where do you think it's going?
Oh, you are touchy.
Well, if that's the way you're thinking, I'd better leave.
No need to be like that. And, look, I can't make watch duty tonight. I'm working on the Battle of Palermo. You know, I almost bought it there. Had the luck of the devil.
Well, I hope it stays with you. Second time round. Goodbye.
Steed decided to call on Brigadier Whitehead himself. About time you did a bit of outside work, Steed. He drove up to the house and parked his car conveniently near the trees. As he moved towards the house, he noticed Venus Brown disappearing along the wooded drive, her long legs briskly carrying her shapely figure out of view round the bend. There was a burst of machine gun fire. Steve dropped into the nearest bushes.
I pulled out the pin of the grenade and hurled it into the dugout.
Steve picked himself out of the bushes.
The enemy was still advancing, and
Then, suddenly, a reverberating sound was heard. Had Mrs. Peel been there, she would surely have recognized it. Light dazzled Steed's eyes. Steed instinctively placed an arm over his eyes. There was a muffled roar. And a scream from the Brigadier. Sounds as though he's lying. John Steed had decided to take a more active part in affairs since becoming a member of the British Venusian Society. Whether this was because he felt Mrs. Peel's activities had been too feeble to prevent more sudden deaths, he didn't say. If he had such thoughts, he was wise enough to keep them to himself. Mrs. Peel suggested that he sort out Brigadier Whitehead, the last person on their possible murder list, himself. Steed did so, and arrived, it seemed, like Mrs. Peel was wont to do, a trifle too late. Steed stared at the house. All was now quiet. He made his way through the shrubbery. He was nearly at the French windows that led into Whitehead's study when he stopped, froze in his tracks. A car was coming up the driveway. Had Venus Brown returned?
Shouldn't think so. Sound of that engine was vaguely familiar. So those footsteps. Hello there, Mrs. Peel.
Oh, Steed, you gave me quite a fright.
Nothing to what you would have had if you'd been here a few minutes ago.
Oh? Brigadier Whitehead?
Was making a devil of a lot of noise. Sounded as though he was playing war games. It culminated in a horrible scream. He is now strangely quiet. Even deathly quiet. Come on, this way.
A few moments later, they were both standing over the Brigadier's body.
Everything on this patch of carpet has been bleached white. Look, Steed, even the gramophone record he must have been holding.
Gramophone records, tape machines. This is what he must have been doing. They were all the sound effects I heard coming from this window.
Steed, look, that tape recorder over there in the corner. That seems to have escaped all the trouble. It's still turning.
Yes, so it is.
Steed walked over and switched it off. It stopped. He pressed the rewind button. It whirled at a fast speed. He then pressed the forward play button and the playback note.
The enemy will still advancing.
And if we knew what that looked like, we might know the answer.
Some while after this, Steed and Mrs. Peel made their way back to the British Venusian Society's offices. This was all new to Mrs. Peel. She accepted Steed's briefing before entering the building.
You know what you have to do, Mrs. Peel?
Mm-hmm. Play the tapes over to Venus Brown and any other interested member and watch their reaction. If there appears to be any suspicious signs, stick close to Venus and not let her out of my sight.
Yes, I think that's what I would do.
Yes, I bet you would.
Well, I can't go in there. They know me now.
Only too well. Where will you be, Steve?
I'm going back to that eccentric Dr. Trimble. He's the only one I know who might be able, inadvertently, to throw more light on this.
I wish you wouldn't use phrases like throwing more light. I've had more than enough. I'll ring you, Steve. Goodbye.
Mrs. Peel, as good as her word, managed to get an appointment to see Venus Brown and played her the tape. When it was over, and merciful silence reigned, Venus Brown said,
Where did you get this from, Mrs. Peel? I work for a newspaper. It was brought to my editor by a close associate. And why on earth were you asked to take an interest? Oh, they put me on all sorts of crazy interviews. I was also handed these photographs. It was suggested by our science correspondent that Earth was being invaded. Invaded? By creatures from the planet Venus, of all places. Photographs can be faked, you know. Oh, I know. You're an expert in the field. I beg your pardon? Oh, not of faking photographs. I'm sure you've never had any need. Thank you. I meant an expert in the planet Venus. You're the secretary here, after all. Tell me, what's your view? Well, they are interesting, of course, very interesting. But I wouldn't like to hazard a guess without a second opinion. I'll call our Mr. Crawford. He's our expert in radio astronomy. That tape is far more in his line. Excuse me.
Venus Brown stretched out an elegant hand with long silvered nails and picked up a white telephone.
Find Crawford for me and ask him to ring me immediately, please. Whew.
so hot in here. Do you mind if we have the window open?
Without waiting for a reply, Venus moved to the window, opened it, and drew apart the lace curtains. She turned and slipped off the jacket of her suit, hanging it with studied carelessness over the shoulders of a Venus de Milo model that stood on a plinth in the bay of the window. The telephone rang.
Hello?
Venus. Crawford, you wanted me?
Yes. I have a lady reporter here. She has a most interesting tape recording. I want you to hear it.
Can't get away right now. Things to do.
And try to listen to it over the phone. Do you mind, Mrs. Peel? No, not at all.
Mrs. Peel started the tape recording from the beginning. Venus held the earpiece of the phone near the speaker and waited. Eventually...
I can't tell over the phone. I'll get over to you as soon as I can.
Oh, very tiresome. All right. He says he can't... What the devil? The window. The curtains are aflame. And look at my Venus.
The curtains indeed were aflame, and the model of the Venus de Milo was shattered into pieces. The lovely jacket had disintegrated. Mrs. Peel flew to the window, bounded through, and stared out from the smouldering balcony. In the distance, beyond a tall avenue of poplar trees, was the glistening reflection of some sort of vehicle traveling at speed. Missed it again, Mrs. Peel. Steed had found Primple in his surgery and explained a few of the difficulties.
You say 5 of our members, Steed? Hadley, Cosgrove, Mansford?
Smith and Brigadier Whitehead. And according to the message just received from the Society's officers, an attack upon Miss Brown.
You've seen the bodies of these men?
Appears they died of shock. Hair and clothes bleached white by some intense light.
Ah, then I was right. The Venusians are here.
Well, nothing's been reported from any of the country's defenses. Radar control has picked nothing up.
But if, as I've expounded, these beings are composed of gas, then they'd never be detected. They could travel through our atmosphere in a completely different way. They could travel with the speed of light itself.
Using some kind of extraterrestrial vehicle? An unidentified object?
Possibly.
Yes, well, thank you for your opinions, Dr. Primble. I must go now. See, I'm on duty at Cosgrove Observatory tonight, and with things heating up like this, well, I just don't want to miss a thing. Bye.
In Cosgrove's observatory, sometime later, the phone rang.
Yes, Mrs. Peel?
Your confidence in my ability to phone is touching.
Of course. I'm all set up here. Any luck with the tape?
No, not yet. We're expecting Crawford. He's certainly taking his time. But don't worry, I shan't let Venus out of my sight.
I've got her on my lens here, too.
I'll bet you have. Just don't be sitting in that chair. They say lightning never strikes twice in the same place, but I wouldn't back on that.
I'm not. I've got a friend to help me.
He must be mad.
Well, he's not. He's a bit of a stuffed shirt, though, aren't you, old chap?
How very rude of you.
Not really. He can't hear very well. Stay with it, Mrs. Peel.
I've always been with it, Steed. Goodbye.
Bye.
Steed replaced the receiver and moved to the telescope.
Be watchful, alert, and don't just sit there like a dummy.
Steed pushed the head of the figure until its right eye was under the lens. It was a tailor's dummy, but in the half-light, it looked rather like Steed.
Not got my panache, though.
Steed picked up a cold drink and retired behind some rather large filing cabinets.
Star eyes that to me is what your eyes are.
He didn't have long to wait. After a few minutes, reaching out for his drink, he dropped it as the heat from the glass blistered his fingers.
The devil heated that up.
Steed crouched behind the cabinet, clutched his ears and closed his eyes tightly as the sound and the brightness that flooded the observatory reached its peak. After the explosion, the darkness descended again, and there was silence. Steed crawled out of hiding and rushed forward. The tailor's dummy in the swivel chair drooped over. Its face was a distorted mass of melted wax.
all snowy white. It slowly collapsed onto the floor. The door burst open.
Steed! Did you see that?
Dr. Primble stood in the doorway.
See what, Dr. Primble?
That flash of light. It came from down below. I saw it. It came from the cemetery. They've arrived, Steed. The Venusians, they've arrived. They've landed. They're here. They've taken over the cemetery.
You got troubles. Practically all prominent members of the British Venusian Society had suffered an attack upon their lives. Most of the attacks had been successful and ended in hurried death. The latest one had failed. Just as well, thought Steed, for it was clear that the intention was to have reduced him to the sickly, white-haired mess that now flopped on the observatory floor. Then Dr. Primble had burst in with the news that there were odd things going on in the cemetery below. The Venusians had made an invasion. Oh, well, only one way to find out.
Better move carefully, Steed.
I can't see why. The place is as quiet as a graveyard.
There was a flashing light over the far side. I'll take this path. You go round the other way. We could surprise them.
Well, nothing they could do would surprise me. All right, let's see what's on the far side.
When Steed got to the far side, there was no sign of Primble, or anyone else for that matter.
Primble seemed so sure of himself. Uh-oh, there it comes again.
Steed didn't wait. He dropped flat behind a large ornamental headstone. The sound built up, terminating with a blinding flash and an explosive sound. Missed. The head of the commemorative statue on the tomb toppled over and fell almost into Steed's lap.
Well, sooner you than me.
The light disappeared. Silence reigned. Steed waited. And then?
Time I got out of here.
But he who ducks and runs away can come back later. Steed did, with Professor Horace Clark, a ministry expert. Professor Clark was tiny, brisk, and efficient, and had arrived in a station wagon packed with equipment. He knelt with a trowel.
Yes, earth is still warm.
Yes, it was even warmer a short while back. I should know. I was lying at the back of the headstone.
This earth's been carbonized.
Well, I was almost singed myself.
Huh? It's most odd, Steed. Most odd. Why, you need a temperature of at least 2,000 degrees to do this. Wasn't a flamethrower. Nothing volatile.
All I saw was a white light. Just a flash of white light.
A flash of white light, eh?
Yes. Seemed to be attracted to the gravestones. Many of them have suffered, as you can see.
What about Dr. Primble?
He seems to be badly shocked. He was found on the other side of the cemetery. He had a lucky escape, too, it seems. Swears he saw some kind of spacecraft. The light was mirrored in some way.
Mirrored, eh? Yeah. Well, I've got all the sample I need. Only one thing now. I'd like to hear that tape you've got. The tape of the sound the light makes.
Well, I've got a copy in my car. This way.
In the offices of the British Venusian Society, Mrs. Peel was true to her word. She wasn't letting Venus Brown out of her sight.
I just don't know how long it'll be before Mr. Crawford gets here, Mrs. Peel.
Oh, that's all right. I can wait.
I must say you lady reporters are persistent people.
We have to be. Only way to get a story.
Ah, Crawford. About time. What held you up?
Ministry called. Primble's been attacked. He said it was by Venusians, that they'd landed and attacked him.
Attacked?
Yes, Steed too. It'll interest you to know that Steed is from the authorities.
What? Are you sure?
Yes, so's this lady, Mrs. Peel. She's no reporter. She's Steed's partner.
Oh, dear.
Mrs. Peel made a quick step to the door. Crawford blocked the way.
Not just yet, Mrs. Peel. I don't believe in this invasion any more than you do.
Or the Venusians?
That's a different matter. Come now, do any of us know what's up there? On Venus or Mars or any of the planets? Discoveries always start as a guessing game. We may be right, we may be wrong. If you don't explore, you don't find out. But we shall one day. Our funds are going fast.
Your membership is dwindling rapidly. Now, if you'll excuse me...
I came here to hear the tape you brought. Play it to me.
I will. All you do is press this button.
The enemy will still advancing. And then...
Well, Mr. Crawford, recognize it?
I certainly do, Mrs. Peel. I certainly do.
While Crawford and Venus Brown were listening to Emma Peel's tape, John Steed was playing his copy to Professor Horace Clark.
The enemy will still advancing. And then...
Well, any ideas?
Oh, but of course. It's the sound of light amplification of stimulated emission of radiation. In words of 2 syllables.
In words of 2 syllables, a laser beam. Yes, of course. Has a bleaching effect and boils liquid.
Plus a very distinctive sound.
Now, where are they used? Ah, but of course. Got it.
Bright boy, Steed. Back in the British Venusian offices, Mrs. Peel was getting warm, too.
You say it's the sound of a laser beam, Mr. Crawford.
No doubt about it.
Where are they used?
All over the place. In dentistry, communications, eye surgery.
Eye surgery? Got it!
Mrs. Peel made a dash for the door. It took Crawford and Venus totally by surprise. It was one of the quickest getaways Emma Peel had ever made. But she didn't try to escape. She headed for her car and made good time to the home and surgery of Dr. Primble. She made a forced entry through the garage and was doing quite well up the back stairs when...
Oh, no, you're done.
Mrs. Peel found herself grasped in 2 extremely strong arms. There was only one thing for it.
If at first you don't succeed...
Stay where you are, madam. Then don't move, unless you wish to have your head blown off.
With an ordinary pistol. How unimaginative, Dr. Primble.
Martin, who is this woman?
One we nearly got up at the farm. Friend of Steed's, Mrs. Peel.
I see. And what are you doing here, Mrs. Peel?
I didn't come for an eye test, that I promise you.
Does Steed know you're here?
I call that a leading question, wouldn't you?
Never mind, I shall find out. Martin, take this gun. Bring the lady into my surgery. This way, if you please.
And a short while after that, Mrs. Peel found herself tied rather too securely to one of the sight-testing panels in Primble's surgery. She looked around with interest, particularly at a large, portable piece of electronic equipment on a nearby table. The front section had a gun-like muzzle. It was pointing straight at her.
Yes, Mrs. Peel, a laser, but a somewhat advanced model. I'm sure you'd like to see it in action. But first, where is Steed? How much does he know?
He's in the book. Why not ring him up and ask him?
Martin, we've been hoping for a guinea pig. I think we've found one.
Yes,
The beam upon her. That's it. Very good.
Not from where I'm sitting.
Splendid. A sense of humor. You know, mine vanished when the Cuthbert Foundation began to divert its funds from medical research to the Society's space project. Yes, I couldn't beat them, so I joined them. And now I've almost destroyed them.
Using the Venusians as an alibi?
An original one, you will admit.
That's about all I'll admit.
This model is remarkably accurate. It can drill holes in diamonds and cut through steel plates like butter. As for human tissue, well, let's experiment. Or do you feel more cooperative?
I feel positively stubborn.
Your last chance, Mrs. Peel. You've seen what it does to people.
Indeed. Oh, well, it's quicker than a peroxide rinse.
You will see. I switch it on.
Can't have that, you know. Mrs. Peel's a natural brunette.
Martin, seize the gun!
Naughty.
Stay still, Steed.
The laser, Steed. Swing it round.
Right.
umbrellas are useful, you know.
Dr. Primball ended up under the remains of his invention. After all the confusion had died down, Mrs. Peel, free at last, said,
Pity about that laser beam. Primble could have made a fortune.
The communications business?
The laundry business. Think of all those spotless white shirts.
Oh, to play havoc with my yellow spotted pajamas.
Mm-hmm.
Will you join me for dinner this evening, Mrs. Peel?
Pleasure, Steve.
I'm sending the bill to the British Venusian Society. When they get the bill, they're really going to see stars.
Gosh, Mary, you're lucky to have such a hard-working servant. What do you mean? I haven't got a maid. Well, how on earth do you manage to keep your floors so clean and shiny?
Ah, that's easy. I use Dual.
Dual?
Yes, Dual, the self-shining floor cleaner. It's so easy because Dual cleans and polishes in one go.
How do you mean?
Well, Dual lifts all the dirt out of the floor and dries to a bright, long-lasting shine, all by itself.
So when you use Dual, you don't have to worry about polishing?
No, Dual cleans and polishes in one go.
They say once an Omo user, always an Omo user. Here's Mrs. Senior from Boggantweeny.
I've stuck to cold water Omo, and I'm still using it. It's the strongest washing powder I've used.
There's no dirt or stains that can stand up to cold water Omo.
The Avengers.
Listen every evening, Monday to Friday, to John Steed and Emma Peel, The Avengers. Brought to you by the makers of Cold Water Omo.